evening, Red Sox fans, and welcome into the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcand. Red Sox continue for the last leg of their West Coast road trip out in Anaheim, first of three with the Angels. But first, it was an emotional weekend for the Red Sox, on and off the field. A late-night thriller on Friday, followed by a frustrating 3-2 loss on Saturday that saw the Bats unable to solve Giants righty Landon Root. And that set the stage for yet another rubber game for this team, their 14th of the year. And this is a spot that normally has been a positive one for the Red Sox. They have been 15-9 in series finales and 9-4 in rubber games coming into yesterday. Unfortunately, some familiar problems reared their heads after going dormant for a couple of weeks, namely fielding errors and unearned runs. Lucas Giolito and Robbie Ray were the starters, and the Red Sox broke the scoring early in the first. A Roman Anthony walk and a single from Carlos Narvaez set up Jarren Duran.
Here's the pitch, and it is lined into the gap in left center field, but over to his left is Elliot Ramos. He drops the ball. The run scores in Anthony. Over to third is Narvaez. Duran up to second. It is 1-0 Red Sox. I don't know whether he lost it in the sun or what. 2 errors in the inning, and the Red Sox take the lead.
Some tough defense there for the Giants. Elliot Ramos dropping, and there were some problems all weekend at that park. From the very first game, you saw the catchers having trouble seeing the ball, guys at the plate not being able to see, pitchers missing very, very badly, and Ramos there, Elliot Ramos with the error. That made it 1-0 Red Sox, and that score would hold until the third inning when Clark Schmidt led off with a single. It was catcher Patrick Bailey who hit a soft line drive that bounced off the glove of Duran. That would lead to a 2-run single for Ramos that gave San Francisco a 2-1 lead. The Sox would get a chance in the fourth, but Abraham Toro called out trying to score from first on a Ceddanne Rafaela double, as the umpire said that Toro was running out of the baseline. It was total nonsense and one of 2 bad calls that the Red Sox would suffer on the night. But then in the 5th inning, ball started flying out of the park, starting with Rob Refsnyder, who stepped in with Nate Eaton on first base.
Ray sets at the letters. His 72nd pitch is crushed into deep left field. This thing is back at the wall. Gone! Rob Refsnyder gets another lefty. A 2-run homer. And it is 3-2 Red Sox.
As you just heard from Will Fleming, that made it 3-2 Red Sox on Refsnyder's 5th home run of the year. 2 batters later, Romy Gonzalez would hit a solo shot, making it 4-2. But then in the very next inning, the Giants started playing long ball as well. Solo home runs from Clark Schmidt and Mike Yastrzemski tied it up at 4. Then in the 5th, Rafaela struck again, a solo shot to make it 5-4 Boston. Then in the 7th inning, unfortunately, the wheels fell off. With Greg Weissert on in relief, the Giants led off with a single and a double. Tyler Fitzgerald bunted home a run. Then Mike Yastrzemski came up again.
They set up away. The pitch is a liner to second. Off the glove of Romy and to right field. Another error. Another unearned run. And the Giants lead 6-5. The Red Sox in this series have been awful defensively. It bites them again. And the Giants go ahead.
Will Fleming not telling any lies there. A brutal weekend defensively in San Francisco for the Red Sox. That error at second base from Romy Gonzalez made it 6-5, and unfortunately, that's your play of last night's game. It's brought to you by Nissan. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan is here to help you save this summer with lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinder. The possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today. A 2-run double from Elliot Ramos later. It was 8-5 Giants, and that would end up being your final score. Sox dropped the game and dropped the series. Giolito's final line, we'll hear from him in a minute. 6 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. No decision for him. The loss goes to Weissert. He also gets a blown save. Red Sox loss combined with wins for Seattle and Cleveland now have Boston on the outside of the wild card looking in, a half game back from those 2 teams. Tonight, the Sox look to snap this 2-game losing skid and get back in the win column as they head to SoCal to take on the Angels in Anaheim. The Halos took 2 of 3 from the Red Sox at Fenway back in the first week of June, and since that series, the Red Sox have not lost a series until this past weekend, and they've won 10 out of 15 games, their best mark of the year. That brings us to tonight's pitching matchup, which is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. For the Red Sox, it'll be Walker Buehler getting the start. He comes into tonight, 5-5 record, 5.95 ERA in 12 starts this year. He got rocked his last time out. 3 1/3 inning, allowed 8 runs, 8 hits, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts against Seattle. That was the Cal Raleigh Grand Slam game. He's allowed 5 or more earned runs in 3 of his last 4 starts, including a disastrous start against the Yankees on June 6th, where he let in 7 runs in 2 innings. Buehler looking to bounce back, as he does have a good start mixed in there as well. For the Angels, it'll be Jack Kohanowitz, who comes into tonight, the big righty from Philadelphia, 3-8 with a 5.38 ERA in 15 starts. And when I say big, I mean big. This guy's 6'7". Could be playing for the Sixers out there, or for the Angels, I guess for the Clippers or the Lakers. I don't know, one of those teams. He did not pitch against Boston at Fenway. His last start was a very good one. He went 5 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts against the Yankees. And he has a new pitch, which you don't hear about new pitches that often anymore. In fact, the last new pitch I remember anyone even discussing was Dice K and the gyro ball. But apparently, this guy has a new pitch. It is a one-seam changeup, and that is what he credited all the strikeouts in that game against the Yankees. Other than that, he's a fireballer, 99 on his 4-seamer. He's got a sinker in the high 90s, and that one-seam changeup I just told you about, which is his new mystery pitch, he throws in the low 90s. So it's a changeup, but it's still a pretty hard pitch. And there you go. That is the pitching matchup tonight. First pitch is scheduled for 9:38. First pitch brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777. Time now for the Baseball Isn't Boring 2-Minute Grill with Rob Bradford, presented by McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil, including BioHeat, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Here with Rob Bradford was yesterday's starter, Lucas Giolito.
Honored to have on the 2-Minute Grill, maybe for the first time ever, Lucas Giolito, I don't know, but first time ever in Southern California, where he's from. How far away did you grow up from Angel Stadium?
Decently far. I grew up in Santa Monica, so depending on traffic, it's like a couple hours or maybe a little less.
Okay, so when you look at the Angels fandom in Southern California, and I know that you grew up closer to Dodgers country, explain this to us about how this is, what this dynamic is like.
You have the Lakers and the Clippers. So it's like kind of like that, where, the Lakers or the Dodgers are kind of like the big dog. It's a little different because it's more geographical. Like Lakers, Clippers are both LA. You just have like a random group of Clippers fans that are kind of diehard. Angels fans are going to be more in the south, like Orange County area.
So if you said you're growing up, you're a baseball fan, I have Angels tickets, are you like, I'm good because it's so far away, or I'm good just because I'd rather go to a Dodgers game?
I went to Angels games as a kid.
Okay, what was your favorite Angels game? What was the most favorite Angels memory?
World Series 2002.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
2002, right?
Yes.
Yeah, against the Giants.
So you went to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to one.
What do you remember about that?
Rally Monkey. I was a little kid. Rally Monkey. It was like I was obsessed.
So were you an Angels fan for a while or no? Because of the Rally Monkey?
I was never an Angels fan. I just liked the Rally Monkey. I was never a Dodgers fan either. I'll add that in too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I just went to more Dodgers games because it was closer.
Okay. So when you have the Angels, I know that like you just identified the separation, but what is the thing that the Angels, like obviously Mike Trout and Shohei before, like everyone wanted the Angels to do well because they wanted the best players to do well.
Yeah.
Could you see that in Southern California? Because obviously now we're seeing with Ohtani how they wanted it to be with the Angels.
What was the question?
No, just about could you see like how everybody wanted the Angels to be something and basically they just weren't able to sort of crack that nut?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I mean, they had talent. They had Shohei and Trout, and there's other guys on the team very talented. I mean, I was a part of that team for a month. I saw a lot of talent, young talent, and veteran guys, but just haven't been able to like put it together for like deep playoff runs. So
The last thing is about Trout. This is a cliche question, but we always talk about Trout being the best player for a long time, the best player in baseball. Is there anything baseball could have done, in my eyes, in terms of making everyone understand how good this is, or was this a case of, hey, this guy's personality is what it is, the team is what it is, and we can only promote it so much?
Yeah, there's only so much you can do. I mean, he signed a big-time, long-term extension. I think that he's been happy here for the majority of his career, and I'm sure he's frustrated they haven't won more. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, what are you going to do? Like, force a trade?
No.
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
Lucas Giolito there with Rob Bradford. Good stuff there from him. By the way, you can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It's brought to you by Subaru of New England. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Coming up in about 15 minutes, Will Fleming will sit down with Alex Cora, which is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales Event. But coming up next, we'll head out to Anaheim, and we will talk with Cooper Boardman, who's back calling these games. We'll get his take on the weekend that was against the Giants and look ahead to this series here with the Angels as the Red Sox finish off this West Coast swing. Cooper Boardman joins us next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space-themed party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
From a meeting at the office to a big first date, there's a lot of pressure to wear the right clothes for every event. But clothes don't make the man. So why stuff your closet with things that only work for some situations? With Mack Weldon, you can build a wardrobe that looks polished in any setting. Their clothing is understated and tells the world that you stay you wherever you go. They craft each piece by combining timeless style and modern performance materials, so you can stay looking good and feeling comfortable from morning to evening. No wardrobe changes required. Browse everything from summer-ready tech linen shorts and anti-odor polos to tailored sweats and crews for a night in. They can outfit you for anything, no matter what's on your agenda for the day. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 25% off your first order of $125 or more with promo code MACK25. That's MackWeldon.com, promo code MACK25.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. The Red Sox and the Angels, first of three from Angel Stadium. We'll head out there right now and talk with Cooper Boardman, who's back on the broadcast. Coop, great to talk with you, buddy. How's the trip? How's California treating you so far?
It is. Hey, back at you. It is pretty darn good. I'm sitting here at 70-something degrees. I'm looking for a cloud. I do not see a cloud.
Good, because everyone here was sweating their extremities off all day, so it sounds like it's a little bit nicer out there in SoCal. Not quite so kind for the Red Sox up in Northern California over the weekend. A very fun series to be sure, but not the outcome that we were all looking for.
No, it wasn't. I will say this. I do think there was a lot of value in the intensity, right? And
yes.
You know, I know yesterday is a little ugly and it ends up a little bit more lopsided than even maybe the game was. But, you know, they could have won that game on Saturday with what they did late in it. And obviously Friday they win, you know, as you said, a really, really fun game. So, I don't know. You know, you don't want to walk out of there having lost 2 out of 3, but at the same time, it doesn't have that kind of doom feeling, at least to me, that, you know, maybe some losses earlier in the season did.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that the emotion of it was certainly something that played a role there, especially in that game on Friday night. And even yesterday, you saw Cora and Duran getting thrown out and all sort of the emotions that came with that. It does seem as though after an emotional weekend like that, this could be the setting for a letdown. Is that, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of get that sense here. The Angels are a team. It was the last series they lost before this past weekend. And I worry that maybe the emotions of all of that could have taken a toll. You know what I mean?
I totally understand what you're saying. And I think that, you know, when the clock hits, you know, 6:38 local here, 9:38 back at home, we're going to get our answer to that. And I will be very interested to see what this night is like emotionally, right? Like, you think about playing at Oracle, and obviously there's the Raffy stuff, but
right.
you have that. You have a packed house for 3 straight days over a weekend in San Francisco. You play these games that, I'm not going to call them playoff games. I don't think that's fair, but they had, a little extra what to it. And now you show up here, and it'll be a nice crowd, but it's not going to be like that. It's not the Giants. It's not Raffy on the other side. And I think what you're saying is entirely reasonable, and it will be the question that we're asking as this night starts. How do they come out tonight? And I think Walker Buehler is going to probably give us an answer about how much momentum they actually have or don't.
Yes, and I do want to talk about Walker Buehler because he's been a bit of a roller coaster ride lately. But first, I want to talk about something that really plagued them over the weekend that I thought maybe was behind this team, and that is the errors out in the field, which has been such a problem all year long. And really what's most amazing to me, Coop, is the fact that Rafael Devers has not committed one error this year. He hasn't played in the field, so he hasn't committed one single error, and yet this team is committing more errors than any other team in baseball, including the Rockies. How do you explain that?
Oh, if I had the answer to how do you explain that, I would be a much richer man. No, I know. And look, I've taken the calls that you take, right?
Yes.
I mean, people call in and they say, why can't they play better defense? And it's not one of those things that has, to me at least, an easier answer. If somebody calls in about a pitcher, or you ask a question about a pitcher, we look at pitch usage, we look at shapes, we look at types, we can have an intelligent conversation about it. When somebody talks about hitting, we talk about approach, we talk about, mechanics, these things that, are reasonable things. When somebody asks about fielding, there's no obvious answer. It's just make the plays.
Right.
And, we could sit here and say whatever we want. The reality is, and if you looked at, the postseason teams last year, I know the Yankees got unzipped in the World Series, defensively against the Dodgers. But if you look at the teams that went deep in the postseason, they fielded the baseball. And the reality is, if the Red Sox don't field the ball, they're not going to make the playoffs. If they do field the ball, they've got a very good chance to.
Cooper Boardman joining us here in the Mass Mutual pregame show. Coop, Walker Buehler going tonight. He had one good start back on the 11th against Tampa Bay. He was very, very good in that start. They won that game. The other 3 starts surrounding that have been less than what he's looking for. He said as much after these games. Which Walker Buehler do we see tonight?
Oh, I'm
asking the tough ones tonight, Coop.
No,
I'm sorry.
it's fair. No, I love it. Look, it's Monday night, baby. We're going late night. I think you're going to see a better Walker Buehler tonight. I think, the tone that he struck after that game in Seattle where he was outwardly frustrated. Totally get it. Tough and embarrassing was his quote after that game. I think that, they've had 5 days to kind of put this all together and figure out what version of him they can get tonight. I think this lineup also sets up better than Seattle. You look at Seattle, their best hitters are left-handed hitters, with J.P. Crawford and the start that he's had. Cal Raleigh obviously dings him for the grand slam, on a first-pitch changeup. That doesn't help. You look at the Angels lineup tonight, 6 right-hand hitters. I think you're going to see the sinker usage up a little bit. And I think if he lives sinker slider and is locating the four-seamer at the top of the zone of the left-hand hitters, he can still be really good. We've seen it in spurts. We saw it 2 starts ago against Tampa. But you got to actually go out there and do it. We'll see if he actually throws strikes tonight.
Let's hope so. The kid he's going up against here, Kahanowitz, the big, tall kid who throws really, really hard and also has invented a new pitch, evidently, a one-seam changeup. Do you know anything about this? It's the first new pitch I can remember since Daisuke and the gyro ball, so I'm interested in it.
Oh, everybody's throwing one new pitch these days. No, it's a good pitch. So he's got a sinker. He's got such a fascinating arsenal. Huge dude, throws this sinker most of the time. Basically half of his pitches are sinkers, and it's 96, 97. He does not get a lot of swing and miss, and he gets, a ton of ground balls as a result of it. And then he's got, a good four-seamer, a slider that gets absolutely battered. I hope he throws it a bunch tonight, and a changeup. And that changeup, that when it plays well off of the sinker, he's very hard to hit. And this is one of these things. You asked what version of Walker Buehler you get. Sometimes he's throwing this changeup consistently. He crushed the Dodgers in his start earlier this year by throwing 25% changeups. If he's doing that and locating those pitches, it can be a really hard night. Or you kind of get the Jekyll Hyde of the other part of it where he's not throwing the off-speed well, and all of a sudden you can sit fastball and tee off, and I hope it's the second one tonight.
That's the voice of Cooper Boardman. He'll be on the call tonight with Will Fleming. Coop, great to hear from you again. Looking forward to the call of the game tonight, my friend.
Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
All right, that's Cooper Boardman. You'll hear him with Fleming. First pitch coming your way at 9:38. Now let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Coming up next, Will Fleming's going to sit down with Alex Cora, presented by your New England Ford dealers. I'm Christian Harcan. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today and feel comfortable about tomorrow.
How do you make an Airbnb a Verbo? Picture a vacation rental with a host who's showing you every room like you've never seen a house before. Now get rid of them. There you go. No host ever. Now it's a Verbo. Make it a Verbo.
20% off sunglasses from Shadon Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadon. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
Hello, folks. It's Chappelle Dana here from Kia Diamond. Kia Fever. Yep. Our annual summer cash giveaway is back and better than ever. You can walk away with 15 grand in your hand. Kia Fever. Only at Kia Diamond. This year, we're giving back to our valued customers. And that could be you. So if you're buying a new car this summer, shop where the money's at and buy from Kia Diamond. Because come September, you could be holding 15 grand in your hand. Visit KiaDiamond.com for full details.
Time for dinner, kids.
The reason I gathered you here today is for a family strategy meeting. Johnny, after dinner, you get 30 more minutes of counting practice on iExcel.
Only 30 minutes.
Meanwhile, Timmy, you get to use iExcel for your long division. And Dad, I don't see any broccoli on that plate. Mom, dinner looks excellent.
Let's do this. We've got to study. Tests are coming up, people.
The learning product families trust. Start learning today at iExcel.com.
I don't know if you've heard, but iExcel is perfect for busy kids like me. It helps me practice everything we do in school. My mom calls it healthy screen time. I call it fun. Although, I guess I'm learning too. While other kids are rotting their brains out, I'm getting ahead in reading and catching up on math. iExcel actually makes math fun. iExcel works for busy kids and busy families like you. Start learning today at iExcel.com.
Hey, what was the name of that learning app again?
iExcel. It gives each kid the exact support they need.
Are we talking about iExcel? My kids love it, and research shows it even boosts test scores.
iExcel, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at iExcel.com.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space-themed party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super-sized laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
This is Alex Cora. You are listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Welcome back. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. I'm Christian Arcan. Red Sox and the Angels tonight. Walker Buehler on the hill for Boston. Jack Kohanowitz will be going for the Angels. Before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora. And Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales Event. Here with the manager is the voice of the Boston Red Sox, Will Fleming.
Game 1 in Anaheim with the manager, Alex Cora. A beautiful Southern California day, a part of the world you spent a lot of your life in. Scott Boras will be here. You got relationships with him. Now, walking into this ballpark, you got Mike Trout. It's the city of stars. Do you feel a little different here in a city that you know so well?
I like coming down here. I mean, the weather's great. You know, you're going to play, and it's a good environment, you know, and obviously, this weekend didn't go the way we wanted. I believe we played well, you know. We just made some mistakes defensively, but I think the energy was great, and, you know, we're still pitching, which is the most important thing.
You've talked a lot about, you know, in the post-Rafi era now, a more versatile, more flexible roster, and that is definitely true. Do you worry about it needing to move guys around to different positions and how that can lead to mistakes like yesterday?
No, because we moved them because they're capable of. Yeah. And, you know, Romy has played second base throughout his career. Nate and JD, they have played third and left field. We just have to catch them all, you know. And obviously up the middle, you know, most of the time, you know, the double plays are the one thing that concerns me, and I think we've done an amazing job doing that. We just have 2 bad days defensively, and we should get better.
What about that play in left field? Is it just loud in their communication? What after you've talked to both those guys, what happened on that ball that was sort of dropped and left?
No, I didn't ask them, you know. Like, I mean, there's plays that happen that you know what happened, right? And I think it was communication, and, you know, playing there a lot of years, you know, it's tough. Day games are tough. They get loud, so just about, you know, just communicate, and next time that it happens, we make the play.
I said it to you yesterday, and I'll say it again. There's something about this young group. I mean, they do not appear intimidated. It might sometimes come a little later in games than I'm sure you would like, but it seems like they got a reservoir of sort of belief in themselves.
Yeah, they like playing baseball, which is awesome. You know, I was telling, you know, the coaching staff last night, and, you know, this is fun, just to see them go at it and see what happens, right? We don't know. Like, we got a bunch of kids playing now, a bunch of rookies, but one thing they do, man, they show up in the first pitch, and they play hard all the way to the end.
I know you like to let players kind of run the clubhouse, be in the clubhouse most of the time, but do you find yourself with this young group who's into the game and wants to talk baseball? Do you occasionally find yourself maybe more often sitting at a locker and with a group after a game talking about the way a game went?
Yeah, for some reason, you know, they're younger, but they like to spend a lot of time in the clubhouse, you know, and it's going to get better when Alex plays, right? But I think they learn over the years that this is what they do, man. They enjoy it. You see the last bus is Roman and Marcelo with Trevor and Romy and Ref. We have a good group, man, and we had a good group 10 days ago. You know, I don't want people to think something else, you know, but it's just different, you know, the way these kids have show here, and people gravitate towards them, you know, and they're good players too.
I imagine you were like that as a player. Did you find yourself, you know, being around the veterans in LA and every stop along the way? Did you like that part of it as a player?
I loved it. I mean, I was well taught, right? You know, Joey was in the big leagues for 10 years, so I knew how he worked, and just to be around guys and ask questions and be at the ballpark, Gary Sheffield, EY, Devon White, Bobby Bonilla, man. I had some great mentors, and I enjoyed being around them.
Your team keeps pitching, and it seems like that's the most sustainable thing, right? This game, we sometimes overcomplicate it. You've got to be thrilled right now with what your rotation is doing.
Yeah, I'm very happy. And yesterday, I think Lucas did a good job, right? We didn't make a play early in the game. They scored two homers. That's part of it. But he did well. Gave us 6 innings. We just didn't make pitches in the 7th inning, and that was the game.
It's amazing when you face left-handed pitching. You put Rob, you put Romy in there, and it's one thing, Alex, to sort of be like an everyday player that kills lefties, but for these guys to so rarely get time and then consistently get big hits, I find it totally remarkable.
Yeah, it's just good at bats, and you saw it from the get-go. They had the game plan, and he's going to throw me the breaking ball first, and yeah, he might get us. That's a good thing about them, that they're very realistic with their role. Like when we have meetings, Rob will say, hey, you might look bad in the first at bat, but just keep grinding, and that's what he does. He did it with Yarbrough, right? Struck out twice, I think it was, and then hit a double. So they're professionals at what they do. They prepare and they execute too.
Very impressive. Your center fielder is on an unbelievable heater right now. Is it just a guy who's growing? Is it confidence? Is it all of the above? What are you seeing that's a little different from Cedar?
He likes the spotlight, and this weekend was one of those, right? And he put some good swings, but I think the discipline is the most important thing, and he goes through waves, right? Sometimes he's too aggressive and chasing pitches. Sometimes he's aggressive in the zone, and that's what we like, But he's hitting the ball hard. That last, I think it was, the 8th inning, I was in the clubhouse. There was a play that showed me a lot. He knows that Roman, he's new to the league, right? And he hasn't played too much right field. There was a bloop single that he actually cut off. He came from the other side, got it. I was like, you know what? He really understands what he's doing in center field. He's playing with that edge. Huddy challenges him every single day, kind of like, you're second in defensive war or whatever it is, so we just got to keep pushing him, keep him locked in, and, so far it's been a good season.
These ballparks out here out west, not as much in Anaheim, but certainly Seattle and San Francisco, unlike Fenway, I love watching Cedar play the outfield, and we don't get that many chances to see the true range into these big alleys. Do you think that because he plays at Fenway, we don't often maybe get the best version of the range that he has?
Yeah, I mean, like you see it now, right? You saw it in Seattle, the balls that Rafi hit to left center. The one yesterday, the one on Friday, I think it was, whatever. He's moving, and he's very precise with his routes too, which is eye-opening because sometimes a lot of guys have great jumps and they're not precise. They just get there because they're fast. But he's very efficient, man, and decisions are getting better. I think he understands where we at as a group. I was joking with him the other day. I'm like, man, you're one of the veterans now. You're like the old one. Yeah, he started laughing. But I think, like I said, let's keep challenging him, and hopefully, like I said, the best version is this one.
I know that I felt this way, Alex, at the end of that game yesterday. Ready to move on from talking about the drama around the guy who's no longer here. And that means nothing about how much fun it was to have him, what it was like for you to manage, what I enjoyed about broadcasting his games. Do you sense that, though, that your club, after yesterday's game, was ready to kind of turn a page?
I felt that way, not talking about the subject and just stay locked in with the Red Sox. Like I said after the game, and the kid is a stud. He's really good. It's very uncomfortable to see him in that lineup, to make pitches, because we had a game plan. I was like, yeah, here comes the fastball. Come on, don't catch up with it, right? But he did a good job too. I think that team got better. He's playing with energy again, and wish him nothing but the best.
I did say that yesterday. It's like, I now realize what it's like to be Aaron Boone and Garrett Cole. Like, to see him in the booth, he does strike fear as a hitter.
He does, man, because, he gets a fastball and he fouls it straight back, and you're like, oh, shoot. Like, he's going to catch up with the next one. But I think as a group, we did an amazing job. The pitch he handled, handle. That's what he's going to do. He'll learn how to hit in that ballpark too. He's going to start driving the ball to left center. But like I said, we got a big series here. Try to win it, enjoy the off day, and get home.
Walker comes back to L.A. It's been up and down for him. Let's take the pitching side first. What needs to be better for him to be the pitcher you need him to be?
Just put hitters away, man. The last one, there were eight hitters that got on base, and they had 2 strikes at one point. So if we can just be efficient, not try to use all your weapons, stick to your strength, I think we're going to be okay. Stuff-wise, he's fine. I think it's about execution. We go back to the Atlanta one. We go back to the Yankees one, the breaking ball to Jazz. You make that pitch, he probably goes 6. It didn't happen. So we have to be better at that.
Is there something to the idea of in the modern game, these guys who have 6, 7, 8 pitches, it can be a little too much and you get away from executing your very, very best stuff?
I think sometimes you overthink it, and because you have so much experience and been there, done that actually it works against you. I'm not saying this is the case, but I think we can be more efficient, just like Bayo, right? Like attack the strike zone and just do weak contact early on, and if we do that, we're going to be okay.
Appreciate the time. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Will.
That was Alex Cora with Will Fleming, the voice of the Boston Red Sox. You can watch Red Sox pregame on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It's brought to you by Subaru. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Still to come here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. We got the schedule. We got to look around the majors. We got the starting lineups, and we got a pick, which I don't even know why I'm still doing these. I got to read the sponsor. That's basically why. I got a real easy pick for you tonight. Not great juice, but I'm just trying to get a win. I need some wins in the win column is what I need for these picks. We'll also have the question of the night brought to you by our New England Chevy dealers. That's all coming up next here on the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
How do you make an Airbnb a Verbo? Picture a vacation rental with a host. The host is dragging your family on a tour of the kitchen, the bathroom, the upstairs bathroom, the downstairs bedroom, and the TV room, which, surprise, is where you can watch TV. Now imagine there's no host giving you a tour, because there's never any hosts at all. Ever. Voila, you've got yourself a Verbo. Want a vacation that's completely and totally host-free? Make it a Verbo.
I don't know if you've heard, but IXL is perfect for busy kids like me. It helps me practice everything we do in school. I'm getting ahead in reading and catching up on math. IXL actually makes math fun. Start learning today at IXL.com.
Thumbtack presents Uncertainty Strikes. I was surrounded. The aisle and the options were closing in. There were paint rollers, satin and matte finish, angle brushes, and natural bristles. There were too many choices. What if I never got my living room painted? What if I couldn't figure out what type of paint to use? What if I just used Thumbtack? I can hire a top-rated pro that knows everything about interior paint, easily compare prices, and read reviews. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
20% off sunglasses from Shayden Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shayden. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
I don't know if you've heard, but IXL is perfect for busy kids like me. It helps me practice everything we do in school. My mom calls it healthy screen time. I call it fun. Although, I guess I'm learning too. While other kids are rotting their brains out, I'm getting ahead in reading and catching up on math. IXL actually makes math fun. IXL works for busy kids and busy families like yours. Start learning today at IXL.com.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
Comet balloons for your son's space-themed party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
Your smart speaker to play, 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Welcome back. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. It's time now for the Herb Chambers starting lineups. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars. We help people buy them. For the Red Sox, leading off in left field is Jaron Duran. He'll be followed by Abraham Toro at first base. Roman Anthony batting third and DHing. Trevor Story is your cleanup hitter tonight at shortstop. Wilyer Abreu batting fifth in right field. He'll be followed by Ceddanne Rafaela in center. Marcelo Meyer will bat seventh and play third base. Connor Wong, the number 8 hitter doing the catching, and your number 9 hitter tonight is David Hamilton, the second baseman behind the starter, Walker Buehler. For the Angels, it's Zach Neto, the shortstop, leading off, followed by Nolan Shonowell at first base. Mike Trout will bat third and DH. Taylor Ward will bat cleanup in left field. He'll be followed by the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. Joe Adell, who terrorized the Red Sox last time they played at Fenway, will bat sixth and play center field. Lamont Wade Jr. in right field batting seventh. Luis Rengifo is your third baseman, and number 8 hitter batting ninth is Christian Moore, the second baseman behind the starter, Jack Kohanowitz. Time now for the Subaru scoreboard update. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. There's one final to tell you about already. The Baltimore Orioles scoring an easy 6-0 win over the Texas Rangers. Jackson Holliday with a 3-run home run and an RBI double, a 4 RBI day for the youngster in that one as the Orioles win their 34th game of the season. Bunch of games in progress to tell you about as well. Top 8 at Citi Field. The Braves leading the Mets by a score of 3-2. Bottom 7 in Cincinnati with the Reds up 4-1 over the scuffling Yankees. After 5 innings in Chicago, the Diamondbacks enjoying a 8-0 lead over the White Sox. That is our old friend Eddie Rodriguez, 5 scoreless innings. The Pirates tied with the Brewers. It's 4-4 after 5 innings in Milwaukee. After 6 innings in Minnesota, the Mariners up big over the Twins 7-2. And if that score holds, that means the Red Sox are going to have to win tonight just to keep pace with the Mariners, who currently have a half-game lead over them in that final wild card spot. Top 7 in St. Louis, Cardinals all over the Cubs. 8-1 your score in that one. And a couple of games, or just one other game to tell you about, coming up later tonight, a 9:40 start time, Padres and the Nationals in San Diego at Petco Park. It's time now for the Lock of the Game, presented by Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit them online at newenglandmetalroofing.com and never re-roof again. Now, as you know, I am ice cold on these, ice cold. So I'm going for some with no juice at all, just a nice, easy win. Sometimes you just got to see the ball go through the basket, right, Joe Braverman? That's all you got to see, and then all of a sudden you start hitting again. I'm going with, and this is really embarrassing, Wilyer Abreu to record a hit tonight. Do you know what the odds is for that, for Wilyer Abreu to record it? -240. So you're basically giving money away, but I'm not talking about a big payday here. I'm talking about, as I said, seeing the ball go through the basket. That's what I need in this pick tonight. And Wilyer Abreu, I swear, if you don't get a hit, I don't know what I'm going to do. I may just turn this over to Joe Braverman. He'll do the picks from now on. Or maybe have Will Fleming do him, since he's so good at calling out home runs right before they're hit. And that brings us to the New England Chevrolet Dealers question of the day. Every game, we have the Chevy Dealers question of the day. Together we drive. Listen in for that during the broadcast today. And here is your question. I like this question a lot. Which legendary swing from teams on the Red Sox current road trip is your favorite? And here are your options. For the Seattle Mariners, Ken Griffey Jr. For the San Francisco Giants, Barry Bonds. For the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Mike Trout, or another, and you can write in your other one below. I think I know who's winning here. Yep, I was right. Ken Griffey Jr. off to a big lead so far. And Ken Griffey Jr., I think, is considered the greatest, or one of the nicest looking swings of all time. The only thing I might substitute, this is going to sound strange, Mike Trout, obviously a much better hitter, but if we're just talking about swing, Garrett Anderson. Garrett Anderson and the Angels. What a swing that guy had. I don't know if that's enough to be a write-in. It probably won't be. And write-in so far, other is doing very poorly at just 3%. Ken Griffey Jr. way out ahead. Bonds, nice swing, but not really known so much for his swing as his power. And Mike Trout, nice swing, but certainly nothing like Ken Griffey Jr. And there you go. That is the Mass Mutual pregame show. I'm Christian Arcand. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Game 1 of 3 between the Red Sox and the Angels here as they complete the final leg of their 9-game road trip with these 3 games in Anaheim. Don't go anywhere. First pitch coming your way next with Will Fleming and Cooper Boardman right here on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Here at the Zebra, research shows the average person would rather endure a root canal than search for auto and home insurance.
Just try to relax.
Okay. Or be trapped in a car for 8 hours with toddlers on a sugar high. Or remove a nest of irate hornets. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving. I think I'll wait inside.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you get more than you expect. So after a long day, buy a double cheeseburger and add a McChicken for $1. Because saving with deals is always on the menu with new McValue.
Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shade-In Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to seebetterplaybetter.com and find out why Shade-In sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shade-In is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to seebetterplaybetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's seebetterplaybetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space-themed party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
You know how you always want to know about everyone else's money? Well, then listen to What We Spend. Available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Most people would rather attend a corporate team building workshop than search for auto and home insurance.
Go team, feel that synergy.
That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com.
Who's ready for the trust fall?
How do you make an Airbnb a Verbo? Picture a vacation rental with a host. The host is dragging your family on a tour of the kitchen, the bathroom, the upstairs bathroom, the downstairs bedroom, and the TV room, which, surprise, is where you can watch TV. Now imagine there's no host giving you a tour, because there's never any hosts at all. Ever. Voila, you've got yourself a Verbo. Want a vacation that's completely and totally host-free? Make it a Verbo.
Hey, what was the name of that learning app again?
IXL. It gives each kid the exact support they need.
Are we talking about IXL? My kids love it, and research shows it even boosts test scores.
IXL, the learning program 16 million students trust. Try it today at IXL.com.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Some people follow the rules, I break them. I'm Soraya, and on Rule Breakers, we talk to the rebels who do things their way. Listen to Rule Breakers with Soraya on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I've gathered you here today for a family strategy meeting. Johnny, after dinner, you get 30 more minutes of counting practice on IXL. Meanwhile, Timmy, you get to use IXL for your long division. Let's do this. Try the learning product families trust at IXL.com.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Mark, the owners of Reliable Fence, New England's leading fencing company.
We're a family-owned business that has delivered unbeatable value for over 70 years. Gramps thought that if he gave the best customer service with the best fence product, people would notice. And they have, with a 4.7-star Google rating from over 650 reviews.
That's right, Mike. Our high-quality fences protect and beautify your property, and always at a fair price. Plus, our dedicated year-round staff is always here for all your needs.
And right now, you you can save big with our annual Spring Into Savings sale, where you'll save 20%.
If you've been thinking about getting a new fence or replacing an old one, now is the perfect time to take advantage of our awesome Spring Into Savings sale and save 20%.
Just go to reliablefencing.com. That's reliable, FENCING.com for the best fence around.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action. This is... Red Sox Baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over. And the Red Sox win. Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Nomo's pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella, here for good.
Fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over.
Buy cars for kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike three, a no-hitter. 23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Duran will score.
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Way back. Grand slam.
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. C&S Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone. Into the bullpen.
Brought to you by FindMassMoney.gov. The Department of Veteran Affairs. Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialist.
They just yelled. They're attacking A-Rod or heavy words, and now they're in a fight.
Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Battle won by House.
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth.
Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on. New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Goodbye, Christian Campbell.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Cooper Boardman.
On an absolutely spectacular Southern California Monday night, we welcome you to Angel Stadium, where tonight the Red Sox kick off the final leg of their three-city, 10-day West Coast road trip, and they open a three-game set with the L.A. Angels. Tonight, the Red Sox will hand the ball to a man very familiar with this metropolitan area. Walker Buehler takes the ball for the Red Sox, and Jack Kohanowitz, a right-hander who struggled a little bit early in this year. We may just call him Big Jack, takes the ball for the Angels. You couldn't dial up a nicer night. The Red Sox coming off some disappointment in San Francisco, an emotionally charged weekend series. The defense let the Sox down yesterday. Twice blew leads. Rafi Devers, that drama in the rearview mirror, at least for now, with the Red Sox, who look to turn the page here in Orange County. Along with Cooper Boardman, I'm Will Fleming, high above, one of the great scenes in Major League Baseball. And Cooper, just talking to Alex Cora today, being around some of the players, you do get the real sense that the page has been turned, that everybody takes a deep breath, that it is time to finally kind of move on, get back to baseball. And these do become a pretty important 3 games for the Red Sox. They're 3 up, 3 down on this West Coast swing. All eyes on Walker Buehler tonight on the mound. He needs to have a good one, but this becomes a big 3 games for the Sox.
No doubt about it. It is a sneaky, important 72 hours, it feels like, for this team because of the emotion that you talked about. It was easy to wake up and say, all right, we're here. We're in San Francisco. We're playing Rafi. This is what it is. And you get on that plane yesterday, and you leave him behind and leave that emotion, those moments, the competitive spirit of those 3 games. And anybody who watched it knows what that was like, and you lived it. And now you show up here. Ballpark's maybe a little bit quieter, late night on the East Coast, and you've got 3 very important days. When you go home, are you 1 game above, 2 games above, hopefully 3, 4 games above? But obviously we'll find out over the course of the next few days.
The Red Sox come in today 1 game above 500, 500 exactly on this road trip. And a chance to really head home with some momentum ahead of an off day Thursday. And then the schedule really does soften up after the Blue Jays this weekend. Red Sox and the Angels, glorious Southern California night. The national anthem is brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com. And, of course, BuildSubmarines.com is helping to find stable, sustaining, skilled trades careers to bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Tonight's national anthem, once again, brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com. We are live from Anaheim. Red Sox and Angels in Game 1 of 3 here tonight. Cooper Boardman back with you. Will Fleming on in just a moment. Let's get you the Morgan & Morgan starting lineups, brought to you by America's largest injury law firm, as we meet tonight's players. First, for your Boston Red Sox, late night Sox on this Monday night. Jarren Duran leads off and plays left field. He's followed by Abraham Toro holding down that 2 spot. The first baseman bats second as the lone switch hitter in the lineup. Roman Anthony living and breathing in that 3 spot. He's the designated hitter, was on 7 times over 3 days in San Francisco, including a double. He's followed by Trevor Story. He's the shortstop, of course, and that's cleanup. Batting 5th, it's Wilyer Abreu. Still nice to be saying that now with some consistency, healthy, and playing right field. He's my pick to homer tonight. More on that in a little bit. Cedon Rafaela bats 6th and plays center. Marcelo Meyer back at home. He's got friends and family in the house, of course, about 100 miles north of where he grew up in Chula Vista in the San Diego area. He bats 7th and plays 3rd. Connor Wong bats 8th and does the catching on another off night for Carlos Narvaez. Alex Cora already told us in the dugout pregame that Narvaez is going to play tomorrow. And then David Hamilton, the second baseman, bats 9th to round out the Red Sox lineup with Walker Buehler on the mound against Jack Kohanowitz of the Angels. The Angels, managed by an interim manager right now, Ray Montgomery. Ron Washington has had some health issues. He's been in the ballpark the last few nights, sitting in a suite, but Montgomery, the bench coach, is in his way managing the team. So, again, our best to Ron Washington. It'll be Montgomery managing the Angels at 37-40. Gave you the Morgan & Morgan starting lineups, brought to you by your America's largest injury law firm. For the Angels defensively, Baldwin Group defensive alignment, protecting tonight's starter. Travis d'Arnaud does the catching. Nolan Shawnuel plays first. Christian Moore is at second. Luis Rengifo at third. Zach Neto at shortstop. Outfield left to right goes Taylor Ward, Joe Adele, Lamont Wade, with d'Arnaud behind the plate for Kohanowitz. Brought to you by the Baldwin Group, Insurance, Employee Benefits, and Wealth Management. If you can dream it, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible. Red Sox injury report is brought to you by Ketchus Law Group, champions for the injured, with more than $3 billion recovered for New Englanders. We got a slight update on Justin Slayton, who underwent an MRI, feels much better this week than he did last week. Still no timetable on a potential rehab assignment. Masataka Yoshida looks like he might be on a rehab assignment next week. Alex Cora did not 100% confirm that, but leaned that way pregame here today. It is as good of a night as maybe there has been in the history of the world. You look around there, the sky is blue, a little helicopter trailing off into the distance above the Honda Center and the freeway, well beyond center field. Sun setting on the right-hand side of the stadium, and the Angels and Jack Kohanowitz finishing off his final warm-up tosses of the night. Angels head to toe in the white with the bright red caps. Sox in the usual road grays. Jarren Duran will lead it off with the bright red Boston across his chest. Duran, Toro, and Anthony against Kohanowitz. 69 degrees and sunny. And for the play-by-play, it is the voice of the Boston Red Sox, Will Fleming.
Welcome to California, Coop, and one of the great scenes in all of MLB, Kohanowitz. Big, tall righty throws, and Duran takes. Strike on the outside corner, just about the closest ballpark to Jarren's hometown in Long Beach. So, some signs of life in the series in San Francisco. Jarren, though, 257 with 5 homers and 38 driven in the pitch. He is a chopper on the left side. The shortstop, Neto, who is so good, backhands and throws to first. And on 2 pitches, Duran is the first out of the ballgame. 6:38 p.m. That's right on schedule. 69 degrees. It happens so often in this part of the world. It just utterly perfect conditions for a ball game. Here's Abraham Toro batting from the left side, and then Roman Anthony in the 3-hole on deck. The pitch to Toro as a strike on the outside corner. Kohanowitz is a 3rd-round pick 5 years ago, and a guy who's kind of been an enigma for them. 2 good starts in a row against the Orioles and the Yankees, but overall a 5.38 as Toro takes a pitch outside for a ball, and it's 1-1. He's a little bit streaky, this big, tall right-hander. He gets a ton of ground balls, like the one that Duran just hit. 1-1. Pitch to Toro is a ground ball on the right side into the outfield. That's a base hit. Toro does it again, and the Red Sox have their first hit. I'll bring up Roman Anthony. Time and Temp brought to you by Hatfield Pork. Better care, better pork, as Trevor Story comes out into the on-deck circle and says hello to Scott Boras, who is omnipresent here, standing in his Boras Corp box just on the near side of the Red Sox first base dugout. Here is Anthony, who feels ready to absolutely explode. Kohanowitz is ready, the pitch, and Roman takes a strike. That did not have to be called a strike. 99 miles an hour. This guy throws a ton of 4-seam fastballs and the sinker. That one was dotted for strike 1. Consecutive games, Roman has walked twice, hit the ball very hard the last 2 nights in San Francisco. 0-1. Pitch is ripped on the left side into the outfield. That's a base hit. Toro will have to hold at second. You just feel like it's coming for Anthony, and the Sox, with 1 out in the first, have 2 men aboard.
I thought tonight, with this guy on the mound, for Roman is the kind of guy that he can explode on. You can't throw him fastballs. It doesn't matter if it's 97, 98, 99. It doesn't matter if it's well located either. And it was both of those things right there at 96. If you throw him fastballs, more often than not, he's going to crush those fastballs.
So here now Trevor Story, a real opportunity for him. Right-handed batter in the cleanup spot this evening. 2 on, 1 out. 2:31 for Trevor. The pitch is down and in. Slider that missed. And it is 1-0. By Angels standards, particularly in the post-Ohtani era, pretty good crowd. I think it is Red Sox heavy here this evening. 1-0 to Trevor. 10 homers, 38 driven in. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Story swings and misses. Now that was a great slider. So it is 1-1. This is a Philly guy, Kohanowitz. 3rd round 2019 draft. That's been a huge problem for LA. They've wasted the Trout and Ohtani years because they have not developed pitchers. 1-1 is crushed down the left field line. It is hooking and it is foul. That thing was absolutely launched by Story, but a deep foul, and it's 1-2.
Again, he's got good stuff. Their starter tonight, but he does not have good off-speed stuff. That slider is getting slugged at 692.
He does get a lot of ground balls and a lot of double plays. In fact, the second most in baseball. Story does not want that right here. Wilyer Abreu's out on deck. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the 1st inning. Story is sort of crouched as ever. Open stance with the baby blue spikes in the right-handed batter's box. 1-2 is called a ball. Wow. Now that was close. Home plate umpire tonight, Chris Siegel. Alex McKay at first. Alan Porter, the crew chief, at second. And Jim Wolf with the big biceps in the rocking chair at third. 2-2 to Story. A long set pitch. Trevor drives one into the right field. That is sinking. That is down for a hit. Oro didn't read it all that well behind him. He held. He's over to third. 3 straight hits. And the Red Sox have the bases loaded.
He's throwing one good off-speed pitch. He threw that one slider that Story chased, and that's it. And their pitching coach is out immediately, Barry Enright, because you could just sit there and wait for a fastball. Trevor did exactly that, takes it to right, and I know a guy who would very much like to see a fastball right now.
That would be Wilyer Abreu who's coming up. I wonder what Kyle Hudson might have said to Barry Enright or Jose David Flores. You remember the drama on the Sunday afternoon at Fenway Park between Tyler Anderson, who'll pitch tomorrow, and then the Red Sox coaching staff. They took exception, thinking the Red Sox were aware of the fact that Anderson was tipping pitches. And it was sort of an old-fashioned fake baseball fight at home plate at Fenway Park.
Kind of fun.
I love it.
Need a lot of that in this game.
I'm in. By the way, the Yankees losing tonight in Cincinnati 5-1. Sox come in 6 games out in the AL East. But looks like the Reds are going to handle the Yanks tonight. And what a huge opportunity this is early in this game. Wilyer Abreu, the bases loaded and only 1 out. Have to cash it in. Kohanowitz is ready. Pitch to Wilyer is swung on a miss. He was in swing mode there. Fastball 97 that was off the plate. Willier's kind of shaking his head saying, okay. It is 0-1. He looked really good yesterday in the Bay, did Abreu. 0-1. From the belt to pitch. Wilyer takes a ball. And actually, it was Saturday that he got the big game tying hit. He pinch hit in the 9th inning last night. But just like you said with Roman Anthony, this pitcher feels like a wonderful matchup for him. Base is loaded, 1 out. 1-1. The pitch is a check swing. That's a ball. I mean, that's a really good take on a sinker that was way outside, and it's 2-1.
I saw Wilyer for 2 days in Worcester on the rehab assignment last week. He had 1 bat at bat. It just didn't hit a ball hard, just kind of got down early. And from that moment on, he was just him.
He's got the short swing back, 2-1, which is always a good thing. Here's the pitch. Willier drives one into left field. That is down for a hit. Toro scores. Behind him, Anthony. The throw comes home. Not in time. Foot first slide. And because of it, with 2 runs in, the runners try to advance. Throw to second, and Abreu's out. Well, that's a mistake by Willier. The Red Sox get 2 runs in on Abreu's line drive laser to left. It was a really good immediate read by Story on the throw home. Willier a little late to head up to second. That's a big play because now there are 2 outs with a runner at third for Cedon.
That was a really nice job by Roman Anthony, who continues to run the bases well these last few days. He sees this immediately. It was not off the bat a guarantee it was going to get down, and then by the time it reached the outfield, it was. Anthony did not hesitate, and he got in just ahead of the throw.
Great throw by Travis d'Arnaud. There is Cedon, rips one hard into left field. That's a base hit. Story comes home. The Red Sox are mauling Kohanowitz. Loud contact all over the place, and it is 3-0.
Well, he might be giving up ground balls, but he's giving up hard ground balls. That's 105 off the bat from Cedon. Again, you look up and down at this lineup, man. You know, everybody hits fastballs very well. Everybody slugs against fastballs. And Cedon's sitting there waiting for a sinker. This guy hasn't thrown anything but 4-seamers and sinkers for strikes.
Cedon stays hot as Marcelo Meyer, back home in Southern California, takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Marcelo showed some real signs in the Bay Area. 3 runs in for Walker Buehler and the Red Sox. Kohanowitz rattled is on the mound. He throws to first. I don't think Cedon's going anywhere here. He's back onto the first base bag. Connor Wong starts tonight. Carlos Narvaez gets another day off. They like the opportunity to give Carlos some fresh legs. Here's the pitch to Marcelo. He swings and misses. It is 1-1. He's the 7th batter of the game, is Marcelo. Brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Attorneys. Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. 1-1 to Meyer. Pitch outside. Kohanowitz is not fooling the Red Sox early. Really, both Anthony and Meyer put on about their most impressive batting practice display of the entire season. The kids appear quite ready to play. 2-1. Rafael a bigger lead now. He's not going. The pitch is swung on and missed. That's the best changeup thrown tonight. And it's 2-2.
It's the only, he's thrown 2 good off-speed pitches in 21 pitches against this offense.
2 balls, 2 strikes. To the California kid. Cedon runs. Marcelo grounds one up the middle. Neto is right on top of the second base bag because in some ways Rafaela was running. Inning over. However, Red Sox put up 3. Bats are going early in Anaheim. Now it's to Buehler. 3-0 Red Sox after just half an inning on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
People always ask me, hey Livy, what fuels you? Passion? Competition? The pursuit of greatness? None of those things. Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their cooked-to-order chicken fingers always fills my tank, and the crinkle-cut fries and Texas toast are the perfect top-off for the perfect road trip. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shadon Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and find out why Shadon sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shadon is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
Comet balloons for your son's space-themed party,
Happy birthday!
Or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you!
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, Walker Buehler back in L.A. Anaheim tonight. Longtime Dodger has a 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Buehler 5-5 with a 5.95 ERA. He got absolutely rocked last time out in Seattle. Looking to pitch with a lead here. The pitch to Neto is crushed into left center field. This thing carrying. Rafaela watches it fly over the wall for a leadoff homer. So one pitch and a run for the Angels. Buehler in his last start, 8 runs on 8 hits and 3 1/3. And not the start he was looking for.
No. 6 straight start with a home run allowed for Walker Buehler. It's 94. It's up and away. It's not poorly placed, but the problem was the guy in the box was looking for that exact pitch. That is not a cheapie.
There's Nolan Shonowell, who had a 3-run homer yesterday. He takes a fastball for a strike on the outside corner. Big questions looming about this man on the mound right now for the Red Sox. The pitch is outside to Shonowell, and it's 1-1. He's hit 6 homers. Has this left-handed first-round pick rushed to the big leagues, like so many of the Angel players, Neto included. 1-1. The pitch popped up foul on the third base side. Herb Chambers' batting order in this inning brought to you by Herb Chambers' Cadillac of Linfield, Cadillac of Warwick. Abraham Toro at first, David Hamilton at second, Story behind the bag at short, and Marcelo at third. Red Sox 3 runs on 5 hits in the first and a leadoff homer for the Halos. 1-2 is skied into left center field. Over to his right is Cedon. He is just so fun to watch out there. Glides over, makes the play, and there's one away.
Much better sequence there from Walker Buehler, mostly because he actually got to have a sequence there. 4-seamer, changeup, and then cutter. And I think it's important that not only is he throwing fastballs for strikes, which he didn't do against the Mariners, to be fair, got hit around, but throwing everything for strikes.
Here's Mike Trout, one of the great players really of all time. He takes a fastball high. Ball 1, his peak years right out of the gates, as good as anybody's best 5 or 6 seasons. This year, 227. He does have 12 homers. The 1-0 is a strike. One of those went about 700 feet at Fenway Park 2 weeks ago. Stands way back in the box, crowds the plate from the right side. The 1-1 to Mike Trout is low. And it is 2 balls and 1 strike. Against Buehler, Trout is 2 for 5 with a homer. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it is a ball up and away. Buehler does not have great body language right now. He just caught that ball, looked up to the heavens. The velocity a little bit down again here today. 3-1, dangerous pitch coming. Here it is, and it is a check swing. He either went around or it was called a strike. Either way, good pitch there, good execution on an 89-mile-an-hour cutter. And it is 3-2. Walker's let the goatee grow in a little bit. I don't know that the mustache necessarily connects with the chin, but I know a thing or two about that. 3-2 is a ball high. That should have been called a strike. I mean, that's right there. And I know players like Trout have earned the right, and they've earned some benefit of the doubt. But, I mean, that thing, even to a shorter hitter like Trout, that is right in the heart of the plate. That has to be called a strike.
Yeah, I'm with you. A little K-box. It's got that top one. Chris Siegel on the call. You know, you just wonder about the emotion, right? You give up the home run. You walk Trout.
Here's a pitch to Taylor Ward, and that is also outside with a cutter.
And this is what happened in Seattle. I mean, I know he gets hit around, and you know Cal Raleigh's swing was an ambush on that first pitch changeup, but this is what's happened.
1-0 is also high. I mean, that's a close pitch, but he's just not getting it from Chris Siegel. So it is 2 balls and no strikes.
It's just, you know, when bad things happen, you still have to find a way to throw strikes consistently.
Especially when you get given a 3-run lead. 2-0. Pitch is called a ball. I mean, that one probably a little outside, but Buehler is missing here. A lot of blue on his baseball savant page so far for Walker Buehler. And the walk rate is way up this season. Here's the 3-0, and that is ball 4. And With 3 runs in the first inning, a leadoff homer, and then after an out, 2 straight walks. Just really inviting trouble, and here comes Travis d'Arnaud.
It's the same movie, right? I mean, and then he gets in this moment. Here comes Andrew Bailey. You can obviously understand why. Where, okay, so you miss close on a fastball up top to Trout. Then the next guy you're missing with 4 different pitches. You watch him kind of go through this Rolodex of pitches and miss with all of them. Whereas when he's really good, and again, it's chicken egg, but when he's really good, it's fastball strike, fastball strike, fastball strike. And it does kind of feel like with him, he's got to find that fastball for anything else to matter.
It's a point that Alex Cora made. He thinks that he's just trying to throw too many things in every start. So now, rather amazingly, after the Red Sox put up 3 in the top of this inning, the go-ahead run comes to the plate in Travis d'Arnaud. 2 on, 1 out. Pitch is popped up. Back of home plate. Wong throws the mask away and makes the play. Might have broken his bat. That is an enormous second out for Walker Buehler.
So it's the first sinker he throws tonight, and it comes on pitch 16. This is a pitch, that start 2 starts ago against Tampa, he threw that sinker over and over and over again. And I get it. When he's been at his best, when he was, had better velocity too, he was 4-seamer top of the zone right by you. But I'll tell you what, he's had a number of starts this year where when he goes east-west as opposed to north-south, he's a lot better.
One more hurdle to clear. Here's Joe Adell, who had a monster series at Fenway. He, the right-handed hitter, takes a fastball outside for ball 1. Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher during this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. 1-0. Outside also. Close, but definitely a ball at 95 miles an hour. It's 2-0. Adell, 224, but 16 homers. 38 driven in. Trying to keep the Red Sox ahead is Buehler in the very first inning. 2-0 is lined into left field. That's down for a base hit. Duran's going to play it on one hop. Runner comes home. Duran's throw way offline. The run scores in Trout. And the Angels are within a run. Walker missed badly in the middle of the zone there. And Adell in a hitter's count took advantage.
He did throw the sinker. It was just a high sinker that flattened out. Might have broken his bat, too, on it. He's hit well in the left, considering. And again, you go down 1-0-2-0. This is same movie.
Ward is up to second base. Adell at first. Now an extra base hit from Lamont Wade could give the Angels a lead as a backdoor breaking ball. Curveball in there for strike 1. 3-2 Red Sox. This thing is not lacked for offense. Only 2 hits for the Angels. The 2 walks are just a killer for Buehler. Pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball 95. Up above the zone, and it's 0-2. Walker very familiar with this ballpark. Always interleague series between the Dodgers and Angels is a backdoor breaking ball. Curve misses. And it is 1-2. Richard Fitz is with the club. And with guys on rehab, figuring it out down in the minor leagues, you wonder whether Buehler's pitching for his spot in the rotation as a fastball hits Wade. But Buehler totally yanked that. And now the bases are loaded for Rengifo. I mean, the Red Sox, who are on this great run in their starting rotation, are having a hard time watching this. I mean, Buehler, in his last 4 starts coming in, 5 runs on 10 hits, 5 runs on 7 hits, 3 runs on 6 hits as Rengifo digs in and a fastball. Called a ball. That was close again. But it's 1-0. And then last time, 3 1/3 with 8 runs on 8 hits. I think patience probably wearing thin at the moment. 1-0. Pitch. Curveball chopped toward first, but foul. Outside the bag, and it's 1-1. It's sort of the story of some of that San Francisco series where these young Red Sox hitters dug deep. They battled. They swung the bats really well. And in the Bay Area, it was more defense than pitching, but So frustrating to give it right back. The 1-1. Fly foul down the left field line into the seats. And so Buehler is one strike away from keeping the Red Sox ahead here.
Yeah, and it's one thing to struggle. You can't blow up. I mean, that's what happened 3 starts ago. It's obviously what happened in Seattle. And the pitch like this is the difference.
1-2, here it is, and it is low. Slider. No, it's 2-2. That's one thing he has done. Even in advantage counts, he tends to miss and invite hitters back into counts. 2 runs in, bases loaded. A 1-run Red Sox lead. 2-2 pitch is called a ball and maybe a little bit inside. Walker has got to get over it. I mean, he's not getting that call, and he keeps looking to the heavens. Called a ball, and it's 3-2.
And when you talk about blowing up versus not, these are the pitches that change that either way.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners go. The pitch is low. He walked in the tying run. That was not even close. And so the Red Sox, who scored 3 in the top of the first, not only do they give them right back, but the bases are still loaded for Christian Moore, the 9-hole hitter. That is just so frustrating for the Red Sox to hammer the Angels starter in the first inning, give all 3 back as Moore digs in, and that's not close. Fastball up and away from Buehler, 1-0. And they're starting to move around in the Red Sox bullpen, and you understand that. Base is loaded. Tie game. 1-0. Here's a ball. Slider misses outside, and it's 2-0. Buehler takes a huge deep breath. Here it is. Foul back to the screen. Moore was trying to make this 7-3. I mean, that was an enormous swing. He's thrown 31 pitches and only 19 strikes.
What's also hard is there's no obvious long man in the bullpen right now. Richard Fitz has that roster spot.
Well, and you're on the other side of the country. The 2-1 pitch is popped up. Foul of first. Toro gives a look, and about 15 rows into the seats. I misspoke, by the way. 33 pitches and only 14 strikes. He just can't find the zone.
No. And now you battle back to 2-2. I mean, it's like so obvious, but it just has to be strikes. It just has to be right now.
2-2. Buehler at the belt. He throws, and a fastball high for ball 3. Three walks and a hit batter, along with a homer and a single. Enormous pitch right here. 3-2. Buehler sets. He throws, and a fastball high, ball 4. Consecutive bases loaded walks. An utter meltdown from Walker Buehler in the first inning.
It's hard to wrap your head around, honestly. He looked into the dugout after that last pitch. I don't know if it was help me. Remember, Andrew Bailey came out, 6 batters ago after he walked the first couple of guys. I mean, he's walked 4 out of the first 9.
And hit 1 and given up a homer. Now you're just trying to keep this thing close as Neto is hit by a pitch. Unreal. They don't have anybody ready to come in the game, the Red Sox. I mean, this is just as big of a meltdown as you could ever watch as Buehler plunks Neto. No intent, obviously. But with 2 hits in the inning, the Angels have scored 5 runs, and they'll send their 11th batter to the plate.
Buehler's having a conversation with the home plate umpire that he felt like Neto had maybe swung or squared or something. He did not. This is one of the guys in the game. I mean, Neto just set off almost a brawl the other day against the Astros for standing on top of the plate and got hit in the same spot. You know, it is interesting. Like, when the hitter is so close to the plate and then dives in with the back arm. Yeah, again, Walker Buehler's got to have better control than that. That's all one thing. But when he basically creates a hit by pitch himself, the rule does say that he should not get first base. They'll never call that, but I mean, he creates 6 to 7 inches there.
So after the Red Sox put 3 up in the top of the first. A leadoff homer, an out, 2 walks, a foul out, an RBI single, a hit batter, and then 2 straight bases loaded walks and a bases loaded hit batter. Here's Nolan Shanawal, who takes a strike on the inside corner.
Also, we're 36 pitches in. There's no one throwing in the Red Sox bullpen. This is his thing to bear here.
1-1 pitch outside. Not a lot of easy answers here. And you just got to find a way through grit and guile and veteran experience to limit the damage. 1-1 pitch. High fly into shallow center field. Should end the inning. Cedon calling everybody off. He's there to make the play. And the inning is over. It's not an exaggeration to say that's the worst inning thrown by any Red Sox starter this season. Buehler gives up 5. We go to the second. 5-3 Angels on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shade-In Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to seebetterplaybetter.com and find out why Shade-In sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shade-In is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to seebetterplaybetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's seebetterplaybetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space theme party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
You know how you always want to know about everyone else's money? Well, then listen to What We Spend, available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car right in your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
5-3 Angels after 1 inning. At the big halo, Connor Wong leads it off. It's Kohanowitz, who got rocked in the first and now pitches with a lead. Pitch to Connor is a little outside for ball 1. That's about as wild an inning as we've had all year. And, of course, you hope it comes out in the wash, but the decision from Abreu to get thrown out at second really looms large as Wong takes a fastball high for ball 2. You thought maybe the Red Sox could score 6, 7, 8 runs. As it is, I mean, the offense is locked in right now. They need to keep it going. 2-0. Long, a $147, takes a strike on the outside corner.
And again, you keep looking at the bullpen like, all right, what's the plan here? What do you think? I mean, this is Alex Cora sitting, top step of the dugout, staring out at the same field we are. I mean, Buehler's going to have the second inning.
Has to. They just don't have a great option. 2-1. He is inside, fastball. Now, I will say this. Buehler was not good in the first inning. But this is a bad strike zone for him and any pitcher. Siegel has a very small zone tonight. 3-1. Connor takes a ball. All right, the Red Sox get a leadoff walk in the top of the second. We take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
On the WEEI Studios. 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Buckle up. It's one of those nights from Anaheim. Red Sox trailing 5-3. A leadoff walk. Here's David Hamilton. Tonight's 9-hole hitter. The pitch to Hammy misses inside ball one.
This does feel like one of those nights where it's 1:45 a.m. Eastern time.
Sort of like the Pac-10 after dark.
Yeah.
We're here for it. 1-0 to Hamilton. Pitch is low. Well, I mean, this is one where Ron Washington, by the way, is out indefinitely as the manager of the L.A. Angels of California and Anaheim and whatever they call themselves these days. Ray Montgomery is their bench coach and acting interim manager. It's got to be driving him crazy. Throw to first, because in the same way that Buehler gives it back, now your offense puts up 5. You walk the leadoff guy, and you're behind 2-0. And if Hamilton swings, this ball's got to get hit very hard. It's got to be exactly where he wants it. 2-0. Pitch is a strike right on the inside corner, and it's 2-1. Hamilton, the big 2-run homer Friday night in San Francisco that triggered a really inspired comeback win. 178, 3 homers and 10 driven in. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. He was fooled there. And that's a sinker that's way inside. And it is 2-2. You wonder what's going on between Walker Buehler's ears right now. He has not had many innings like that in his life. 2-2. Pitch is a soft ground ball on the right side. It is handled by Moore to second for one. They will not double off Hamilton because he runs so well. But to get the lead runner. And actually, Wong is sort of hanging on at second base. The Red Sox are thinking about looking at this thing, whether or not the middle infield actually touched the second base bag, and they will not look. So 1 on, 1 out. I mean, Buehler is a guy with so much pedigree and career success. And you know that right now in the clubhouse, wherever he is, he's going, I just am a little bit lost. I don't know what's going on. Here's Jarren Duran. Grounded out his first time. Throw to first. Hamilton dives back in. It's an interesting question for the Red Sox here because on the one hand, they've been pounding Kohanovic, but Hamilton's speed is so good that it's almost like he should go every time he's on base. He's not running. The pitch to Duran is a strike on the inside corner. 96 miles an hour, and it's 0-1.
Such a hard thing because this is a team that wants to run. This is a team that wants to be pushing the envelope. But when you have a guy on the other side, pitching-wise, that feels like you can't get outs, it's hard to push offensively.
Not running again. The 0-1 is a big swing and a miss at a changeup. And it's 0-2. To your point, Cooper, I mean, the Red Sox really are just thinking about what to do on the mound if Buehler can't continue, because Fitz slated to go Wednesday. Other than that, there's just not a lot of length out there. I mean, you got Bernardino, but loath to go to him this soon in a game. 0-2 to Duran. 5-3 Angels. Pitch is outside.
I mean, you think about, Guerrero can throw 45 pitches, but he's not a long man. There's no Cooper Criswell sitting out there. It would, I mean, at this point, it's Buehler. There's like no other option. I think we learned that in the first inning.
1-2 to Duran. Hamilton runs. The pitch is high in the air into left center field. Shallow. Neto out, Ward in. And the left fielder Taylor Ward makes the play. Duran's scuffling continues. And with Hamilton back at first with 2 down, here comes Abraham Toro.
I also think, what you don't want now offensively is like every out to feel like the end of the world. Yeah. And it, when you give up 5 in the first inning, it just feels that way a little bit.
Long way to go. Toro singled his first time. 5-3 Angels. Toro from the left side takes a strike on the outside corner. If you're thinking chicken for dinner, Think Shaw's and Star Market right now. Value pack Signature Farms chicken drumstick, thighs, and leg quarters, bone in, 97 cents a pound when you use the digital coupon. I think we'll see Hamilton run here. 0-1. He waits. Long set, and a throw over to first, which almost always invites him even more so to go. He felt like in the top of the first inning, the Red Sox might just absolutely torpedo this Angels club. 3 runs on 5 hits. And now trailing by 2, Hamilton runs. It's almost a pitch out throw to second. Is in time, they say. I think the Red Sox will take a peek at that. Pretty great throw there by Darno. It wasn't an official pitch out, but a high fastball. Really good to throw on. And the Red Sox will not look. Inning over. To the bottom of the second we go. 5-3 Angels on the Shaw's and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Time for dinner, kids.
The reason I gathered you here today is for a family strategy meeting. Johnny, after dinner, you get 30 more minutes of counting practice on IXL.
Only 30 minutes.
Meanwhile, Timmy, you get to use IXL for your long division. And Dad, I don't see any broccoli on that plate. Mom, dinner looks excellent. Let's do this. We've got to study. Tests are coming up, people. The learning product families trust. Start learning today at IXL.com.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space theme party,
Happy birthday!
or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you!
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
Walker Buehler, this is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Walker Buehler is back to the mound for the Red Sox, looking to find something here in the second inning. It's 5-3 Angels. They only got 2 hits and scored 5 in the first. Now Mike Trout takes a curveball. It was a huge looper on the outside corner for strike 1. Truly, you can only imagine what a lonely, lost feeling this is for Walker Buehler. The 0-1 is a ball outside a slider, and it is 1-1. That's a strike on the outside corner. Really good fastball. 93 took a little something off and spotted it to Trout. And it is 1-2. 3-time MVP. He walked and scored his first time. 1-2. Outside slider. I was trying to get into the Angels pronunciation guide because I've been calling him Kohanowitz. 2-2. He is high. There's some thought maybe it's Kohanowitz. And I tried to pull up the guide on my laptop, and yet I can't figure out how to actually hear it. It's a 2-second clip. The 3-2 is fouled off on the first base side.
I heard it. It went Jack.
Yeah.
So we'll go.
Big Jack.
Here's him.
3-2 to Trout. 5-3 Angels in the second. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Great cut fastball. Well, that's a start for Buehler. 1 away. 7th batter, which was eons ago, sponsored by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney. Over 30 years, hurt in a car work accident. Get Glassman all 7s after 6-1-7. Here's Taylor Ward, who walked his first time. Pitch. Strike. It's so hard to remember or even imagine an inning like that bottom of the first. 0-1. High and away. Where you got all these walks, 4 of them 2-hit batters. And 4 of those drove in runs. The 1-1 is outside. Fastball, and it's 2-1. It was obviously inauspicious. The leadoff massive homer from Zach Neto. 2-1 pitch is called a ball. Hit high with a slider, and it's 3-1. And who knows, maybe Buehler tried to be too fine and mix and match, but it totally got off the rails. 1 out, bases empty, 3-1. That's got to be a strike. It is. Top of the zone, and it's 3-2.
Very tippy top. It's very interesting just sitting here and watching Walker kind of body language-wise. Yeah, he's working really fast. The last 8 pitches are the fastest he's worked all night. He was into his windup before Taylor Ward called time there a second ago.
Yeah, it's sped up on him big time. 3-2, ball 4. So, Buehler has now walked 5, and I'm with you. It's obvious that he's just completely unsettled right now, Buehler.
It's even, so it's a 2-2 there, and he misses outside with a slider going away, and immediately he's huffing. But, and again, I get it. Like, you give up 5 in the first inning, you walk 4, it's incredibly frustrating, but you can watch it happen.
Here's a pitch at the top of the zone at Cutter, and it's 0-1. Yeah, I mean, and it really started right away. Things looked like they were bothering him, looking to the skies on pitches that definitely were balls. 0-1. That is a pitch outside to Travis d'Arnaud. Cutter, and it's 1-1. Got a couple of Travis's nephews in the booth with us before the game. Jagger and Jet. Sons of my buddy Chase d'Arnaud, Travis's brother. 1-1. Foul back to the screen. High fastball. And it is 2-1. They had the number 25 Angels City Connect jersey on. Like their dad, like their uncle, those kids are really good young baseball players. And Travis and Chase have started this great baseball academy here. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Good slider there from Buehler. Well, Travis d'Arnaud right now is thinking, what is going on? I mean, everyone else is in on the party. He's fouled out to the catcher and struck out swinging.
Well, we talked about east and west for Walker Buehler here, and most of the time he's just been going west here in this inning, but he's found a little something just in terms of actually throwing strikes. Cutter, slider, four seam.
Here's Joe Adele, and Buehler steps off. 5-3 Angels. 1 on. 2 out in this inning. Get you caught up on the Subaru of New England scoreboard as Adele takes strike 1 in the outside corner. Subaru Summer. Find your 25 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. The Orioles were in Cincinnati, and they got banged up a little bit. 0-1 is ripped into right field. Into his right is Abreu. He's there to make the play. And the inning is over. Well, Buehler does hang a 0 for the Red Sox. Toro, Anthony, and Story. 5-3 LA on the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space theme party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
College holds a mythic place in American culture. On the new Campus Files podcast, we uncover the scandals you won't hear on the campus tours. Find Campus Files on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel or that white chocolate mocha. Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Unparalleled performance, innovative technology, premium aesthetics. TimberTech Decking at Riverhead Building Supply brings you all that and more. TimberTech endures year after year without fading, staining, or rotting. Learn more at rbscorp.com.
Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Red Sox trail the Angels 5-3 as we go into the top of the third. Abraham Toro, the hitter, takes strike one on the inside corner. And now after that first pitch for the play-by-play, here's Cooper Boardman.
Right, I can take it from there. Count 0-1 on Abraham. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Sox against Jack Kohanowitz. Pitch is high and tight on Toro. Counts a 1-1. Herb Chambers batting order sponsored by Herb Chambers Infinity of Westboro. Sox down 5-3 in the third tonight in Anaheim. Pitch is down and away. Count 2-1 on Toro. If you're just joining us, welcome. Red Sox scored 3 times in the top of the first inning. Had a chance for more, but got 3 against Kohanowitz. And then Walker Buehler gave up 5 in the bottom of the first inning. 2-1. And the pitch is cut on and foul tipped into the mitt by Toro. 2-2. Buehler threw a relatively quick second inning. Put up a 0 and gets us here to the third in a 5-3 game. 2-2. Toro fouls it back on a high four-seam fastball from the right-hander. Sox offensively been good. Scored the 3 in the first inning. They had 5 singles in the inning. They had another base runner in the second on a walk from Connor Wong. Another 2-2. And Toro again fights it off, foul off to the left. Folks looking for a warm, vibrant community for mom or dad? River Spring Living truly feels like home. I've seen firsthand the care and connection that makes it so special. Schedule a tour at riverspringliving.org. Pitch to Toro is low. And the count to 3-2. That's the rivalry report. Yankees already lost tonight, all the way back on the East Coast. 6-1 Reds victory in Cincinnati. Leadoff man in the third. 3-2 count to Abraham Toro. Pitch to him. Yeah, he swings and misses. High fastball beat him to the spot. 7-pitch battle. The 8th gets him. And there's one down here in the third. Third inning brought to you by Citgo. Here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. One down, nobody on in the third. Roman Anthony bats. Left-hand hitting DH tonight. And he takes low and in for ball 1. Sun's starting to set here in Southern California. Little bit of sunshine remaining on the upper deck. Beyond the right field foul pole. And on the freeway in the distance. 1-0. Anthony takes a called strike. Changeup outside corner. 1-1. Big rocks in left center with the water cascading down them towards the pitch clock. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch. Swinging a chopper foul. Worst part of my day was when I learned that those rocks are not real rocks.
I mean, it's the land of Disney, so
I was living in a total fairy tale.
You said you were going to go see them.
I get out there tomorrow.
Yeah, you got time.
We'll make you leave a little earlier for the ballpark. I had some friends that said the rock is worth just going out there and touching it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 down. Pitch to Roman Anthony. He swings and corks it hard and foul right field side.
You should do it. I mean, it's, one of those spots in the game. It's funny how many of the ballparks on the West Coast are just fabulous. This one much older than one of the newer additions, but still great.
1-2. Anthony takes low and in.
This is the thing that makes him so scary. I mean, he's going to hit for power, he's going to hit for average, and he's not really going to chase out of the zone.
Walking 1 in 5 plate appearances right now at the big league level. 2-2. He takes outside, 3-2. He just doesn't leave the strike zone.
I just think the body language, too, Coop, it started this weekend. He just feels like he's settling in.
Standing very tall in the left-hand box, waggling the bat above his left shoulder, ready for a 3-2. And he takes inside, ball 4, just very casually jumped out of the way of the four-seam fastball, leans down, takes his shin guard off, something he's done 1 million times as he runs down to first with a one-out walk here in the third. That right there was the 110th pitch, brought to you by 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. 110 Grill is proud to be an official partner of the WEEI Red Sox radio network. Man on for Trevor Story. He takes ball 1 low from Kohanowitz. Red Sox trail the game 5-3 in the third in Anaheim. 2 innings. We've had 8 runs and 7 hits between the two teams. Anthony leads off first, small lead, and the pitch is cut on and miss. Sinker beats Story to the spot to go 1-1. Later on, we'll give you the New England Chevy dealers question of the day. Together we drive. Today's question at Sox Booth on Twitter or X. Pitch, swing and a miss. Chase the slider. It's that swing from Story that we've seen a lot of, just a breaking ball running away from him. Story calls time, takes his breath. Right on right, with Anthony leading off first, being held on by Nolan Shanuel. Big hole on the right side for Story. Pull swing hitter. And the pitch to him. Swing, fly ball into left field. Taylor Ward goes back, now over towards the line. He makes the catch. Anthony went halfway. Now he runs back to first, and they're 2 down here in this third inning. Question of the day. Again, join us at Sox Booth on Twitter. We'll talk about it a little bit later. Which legendary swing from teams on the Red Sox current road trip is your favorite? Mariners, Giants, obviously the Angels in there. There are write-in options available. 2 down, man on for Wilyer Abreu, representing the tying run, and Wilyer flies it back foul over our heads behind the plate. Good crowd here on this Monday night. Lower bowl just about entirely full. Second deck, 90% full. Bleachers out in right. That bleacher section that Shohei Ohtani made famous, pretty much full. Pitch here. Abreu swings, breaks his back, ground ball off the glove of Kohanowitz to the second baseman, Orr, who throws to first and gets Wilyer by a step to end the inning. 1-4-3. Shanuel, first baseman, avoided a little bit of shards of bat. We are through 2.5. The Red Sox trail 5-3. Back in a moment on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space-themed party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
Hi, everybody. It's Brian Green from the Commercial Break Podcast. It's likely you've heard of the show if you're directly related to me or you follow our MySpace page. But I'm not here to talk to those 3 listeners. I'm here to appeal to people who haven't heard the show. Along with my co-host, Kristen Joy Hoadley, we're taking a deeper look at the topics that are affecting our youth today. Like, who are the people who are dating ghosts? Where did all these pickup artists come from? And why doesn't my preacher have a nicer private jet? We understand that these are the issues you really want to get to the bottom of. The Commercial Break is now available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts.
Stop wishing, stop hoping, and please take off those lucky socks and wash them. Growing your business doesn't have to be a guessing game. At Upswell, we've got it down to a science, expanding auto repair, fitness, dental, and home services for over 15 years, with targeted direct mailers, social, email, and paid search. So stop shooting in the dark, turn in your crystals, and tap into your business's full potential at upswellmarketing.com. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's Upswell. More customers, period.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Walker Buehler throws the first pitch of the third and grabs strike one. Outside corner breaking ball to left-hand hitting Lamont Wade Jr. Red Sox trail 5-3 in Anaheim against the Angels. Buehler out of the line delivers and grabs strike two. Very nice. Changeup at 89. Walker fought his way through a very difficult bottom of the first inning. Gave up 5. Just put up a scoreless second. Pitch here is lined down the left field line. Foul. He faced 4 batters in the second. He struck out Mike Trout on a very important 3-2 pitch. Went 3-2 again on Taylor Ward and then got a K and a line out to finish the inning. Pitch up and away. And the count to 1-2 on Wade. 7, 8, and 9 in the Angels lineup here in this third. Buehler out of the line in the gray jersey and gray pants. He gets a ground ball right at the first baseman. One hop to Abraham Toro, who gloves runs to the bag and gives Buehler his third straight retired for the first out of the bottom of the third inning. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, providing first aid at Fenway and supporting Red Sox scholars. Learn more at bidmc.org. Now, it was as bad of a bottom of the first inning as you could imagine for any pitcher on this planet. And he's been good since, Walker Buehler. First pitch here, swung on fly ball right to left. Jarren Duran went in, now goes back and makes the catch. Couple of dodgy steps there, but he does track it in that extended left field, outfield corner to retire Luis Rengifo for the second out of the third inning. Well, not only would it be great for another 0, obviously, for Walker Buehler, it would be great for it to be speedy. Throw his 65th pitch with nobody on and 2 down to Christian Moore, and just missed low and away on a 4-seam fastball. Didn't deserve the call, but would have liked it. 9 hitting second baseman from the right side. 1-0, and the pitch slung outside. Fastball that Buehler pulled not for the first time, and it's 2-0 on Moore. Moore, the 9-hitter, was really probably the worst part of that first inning. Buehler's pitch, ground ball right up the middle to Trevor Story. Shortstop ranges left, sets, throws, and gets Moore by a couple of steps. To finish off, hallelujah, the first 1-2-3 of the night for Walker Buehler. On our way to the 4th, Red Sox down 5-3 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
What We Spend is a new podcast that explores something we almost never talk about. Every week, you'll hear a different guest share everything they spend their money on. What We Spend is available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Storrow Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Cedar Rafaela leads off here in the 4th inning. First pitch, and he took it. A fastball low for ball 1 from Jack Kohanowitz. The Angels right-hander. Red Sox trail 5-3 in the top of the fourth inning. Series opener, first of 3 from the Big A. Pitch here is outside. Count 2-0 on Cedon, who right now when he steps up, you stop and you watch him hit right now. 2-0 count. Take the tee-off swing if you want. Here it comes. And he got plugged. Sinker that ran in too far, just nicked him underneath the belt buckle. And the Red Sox have the leadoff man on for the second time in 4 innings against Kahanowitz. That's the 6-hitter Rafaela. Marcelo Meyer now. And Connor Wong next in the Herb Chambers batting order, sponsored by Herb Chambers Lincoln of Norwood and Lincoln of Westboro. Tying run in the box, Marcelo Meyer. Man off first the pitch, and he takes a slow slider for a strike. Backdoored over the outside corner. Meyer went 5 pitches in a battle against Kahanowitz in the first inning, and then grounded it up the middle. The 0-1, Rafaela goes, pitch down and away. Throw to second is high, late, and off the glove of Neto. Doesn't trickle too far, but Cedon has another stolen base. 11 out of 12. And every part of his game is mattering right now. Got a wonderful jump and got the perfect pitch to go on. The catcher Travis d'Arnaud smothered it down and away, picked it off the ground, and then in a kind of lunging, toppling throws, he fell to his left, tried to put it on the bag, and had no chance to get Rafaela, even if it was on the money, which it wasn't. Cedon in scoring position, 1-1. Marcelo takes outside, 2-1. Give you the league leaders and who's circling the drain, presented by Drains by James. After a 2-1 pitch to Marcelo. Pitch, swing, and a miss on a changeup down and away. 91 from Kahanowitz. How about the home run leaders in Major League Baseball? Because Cal Raleigh did it again. 32nd home run, Major League lead. Man off second, 2-2. Marcelo puts it in play. Chopper over the mound, up the middle. Zach Neto glove, shortstop flicks it on to first, but Meyer does a job there. 2-2, was a little out in front, managed to put it in play. That takes Rafaela from second to third with 1 out here in this 4th inning.
That's productive, and that's good. I mean, you rookie year, trying to help the team win in little ways, too. Alex Cora is sure to jump up and shake Marcelo's hand. By the way, after this first pitch to Wong, a clerical change by the official scorer here.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Man on third. Connor Wong takes outside ball 1.
So remember the play that got Abreu at second base. There can't be an error if an out is made on a throw to a different base. So Story moves to third, but they get the out, so Story advances on the throw, not the error.
Gotcha. If you're scoring at home. Pitch to Wong, and he swings and misses, loses his bat. It flies into the netting on the left side, down into the Angels dugout. Bat boy gets it, gives it right back to Connor. That's the fastest I've ever seen a bat that was thrown retrieved and given back to the guy.
Well, now he's talking to David Hamilton. I need the spray. You think?
I think even if you don't need it, it's a legal requirement that you sticks it, checks his bat, and make sure that there are no holes in it.
Well, how about, is this a good time for your first RBI of the year?
Man on third. Infield's back except for the first baseman, Shotwell. He's even with the bag. 1 ball, 1 strike. Connor Wong in the box, and he swings and hits a fly ball to left. Taylor Ward under it. He'll make the catch. Rafaela tags. He's coming home, and alleluia on June 23rd. Connor Wong has his first RBI. 5-4 game, Sox down 1 in the 4th. And he is getting high five after high five in that dugout on the first base side.
Awesome, and that's where the Meyer ground out is so big. I can't believe they played the infield back, by the way.
David Hamilton now, nobody on, 2 down. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Connor Wong, RBI number 1. In game number 30 for him. Remember, he missed a lot of time. 1-0. Pitch to Hamilton is low and away, 2-0. I think, there has been a erasure of what Connor Wong's offensive pedigree has been over the last few years. He had a really good offensive year last year. He was a .280 hitter. 2-0. David takes a called strike on the outside corner, extended outside corner, 2-1. Now, Alex Cora said it in the dugout. We have to get him going. He's not going to play every day. It makes it a little bit harder. Carlos Narvaez has taken that and run, but still. Pitch here is tap back foul, 2-2 to Hamilton. And maybe that right there on a night where he came in, Connor Wong searching for his first extra base hit and his first RBI. You can check at least one of those off with a sac fly to left. He makes this a one-run game here in the fourth inning. Pitch to David Hamilton on a 2-2 is swung on, hit in the air, shallow right field, weighed in, right fielder out, second baseman out, and it is caught by Christian Moore. It rolled up his glove, snow coned out, and then slid back in for the final out of the fourth inning. Sox manufacture a run, though. A Connor Wong sac fly makes this a 5-4 game. Sox down by a run as we go to the bottom of the fourth on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Amazon has everything for every kind of birthday. Whether that's a 3-tier cake stand,
Happy birthday!
comet balloons for your son's space theme party, or gifts like a karaoke machine for that friend who never stops singing.
Happy birthday to you.
From cake stands to karaoke machines, shop everything for every party on Amazon.
College holds a mythic place in American culture. On the new Campus Files podcast, we uncover the scandals you won't hear on the campus tours. Find Campus Files on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Stop wishing, stop hoping, and please take off those lucky socks and wash them. Growing your business doesn't have to be a guessing game. At Upswell, we've got it down to a science, expanding auto repair, fitness, dental, and home services for over 15 years with targeted direct mailers, social, email, and paid search. So stop shooting in the dark, turn in your crystals, and tap into your business's full potential at upswellmarketing.com. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's Upswell. More customers, period.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Red Sox get a run back, 5-4 deficit as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning in Anaheim. Walker Buehler, the starter, out there. First pitch is low and away for ball one to right-hand hitting Zach Neto. Top of the order for Anaheim, 1, 2, and 3. Neto, Shawnuel, Trout. As Buehler sees those three guys for the third time tonight. 1-0, and the pitch is swung on, rocketed on the ground, left side and through for a leadoff base hit. Zach Neto has come to the plate 3 times. He had a home run to lead off the first. He had an RBI hit by pitch in the same inning. And now he's singled against Buehler in the fourth. Fourth inning tonight is brought to you by Cars for Kids. Easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Donate now at carsforkids.com. That's Cars with a K. First pitch is a fastball in the inside corner, called strike one to Nolan Shawnuel. Left-hand hitting first baseman who's been retired twice tonight by Buehler. Neto is their best base stealer, angling off first. And the pitch is just inside with a cutter. There's been no consideration of extending the zone in any direction from the home plate umpire, Chris Siegel. Pitch here is low on a changeup, 2-1. Outfield plays a line drive hitter pretty deep. Right fielder Abreu shaded slightly towards the right field line. Infield plays the left-hand hitter to pull. Meyer on the left side. Pitch here is chopped back to first. Toro to second. One. Story return to first is not in time. But they do get the lead runner. Fielder's choice 3-6. Neto, faster runner cut down, and there's one away here in the fourth.
That was a little weird. I mean, a hesitation from Toro. I think he kind of made the decision off the bat, maybe right, maybe wrong, that they had no chance to turn it. Alex Cora is out to talk to the home plate umpire here. Maybe that's some interference from the runner over there at second base. He went way out of the line. Now they're going to all come together and talk.
Cora and all three umpires are huddled up right on the first base line. Cora had something immediately to say. They called the rest of the umpires over. And now those five men are deliberating. Trevor Story is kind of pointing at second base as he explains to David Hamilton what happened there. We've not yet seen a replay. And now they leave the conversation.
And we're going to get a baseball flip to Walker Buehler. Alex seemed to get a satisfactory explanation. I mean, the runner at first really bailed out way inside the line. And if he does that, it is a double play. But that's not challengeable. They got to call it on the field.
So, man on first, bottom of the fourth inning. Mike Trout bats now. Pitch. And he takes a called strike one on a slider. Buehler saw Trout in the second inning and used the sequence of just a ton of stuff running away from the terrifying right-hand hitter. Sliders and cutters. Pitch here is outside on a slider. He missed off the outside corner to go 1-1. Shotwell at first. He's not going anywhere. The second baseman Hamilton plays almost behind second for Mike Trout. Pitch to him is high with a fastball at 93. And it's 2-1. It feels like in the outing a little bit of do or die time for Walker Buehler. No one throwing yet. 77th pitch to Trout is just low and away on a cutter. Connor Wong held that there for an extra beat. It's maybe the first time he's done that all night. It was a ball in reality. And now it's 3-1 on Mike Trout. Here comes. Trout takes top of the zone, called strike. Probably the first gift of the night to Walker Buehler. Well, it was well placed.
It was a strike. It just hasn't always been called one tonight.
Man on first, one out in the fourth inning. 3-2 from Buehler to Trout. Pitch is outside. Ball four. Sweeper that just kept sweeping. Trout has a walk. And the Angels have two on with one out here in the fourth inning. Subaru of New England scoreboard. Yankees have already lost tonight 6-1 against the Cincinnati Reds. Home run in that game from Aaron Judge and Ellie De La Cruz. Two on here, one down. Pitch is on the inside corner. Called strike one to Taylor Ward. Right-hand hitting left fielder has walked twice tonight. Shotwell leads off second. Trout off of first. Now they're really being held on. Now Hamilton dances in. Buehler delivers. And the pitch is another strike. Right down the middle. Thigh-high four-seam fastball. And Walker's ahead 0-2. Red Sox trail 5-4 in the bottom of the fourth inning. 0-2 from Buehler. The pitch is just high. And it was high, but again, everything in that upper region of the zone or anything around it, there's been no leeway from Chris Siegel. 1-2. Pitch is low. And this is what Alex Cora talked about before the game, where you get 0-2, you get 1-2 on a guy. And the issue with Buehler, not only tonight, but in Seattle and 3 starts ago as well, is he just has not put these guys away. Can he do it here? A 2-2. Foul back. Just feels like he's been in 3-2 counts a lot. He's in a 2-2 here. But here in the fourth inning, he's been in 6 different 3-2 counts.
Good work on your little calligraphy over there.
A lot of dots. 2-2. How about this? My dots say that was outside. 7th 3-2 pitch of the night.
I will never. I mean, it's like going to the caves of like Cro-Magnon era. Your score sheet is.
Hey, you come over here and look at it. I don't want you to know a single thing that's going on. 3-2. Outside ball 4. That is just BB in the scorebook. Taylor Ward's walked 3 times tonight, and the Angels have the bases loaded. Buehler gets the ball back, stalks off the back of the mound, takes a deep breath, and stares high into the cloudless sky. And it does not take a whole expert or best friend or anything to know how he feels right now. Bases loaded, 1 out. Travis d'Arnaud swings and flies it back foul. So the Red Sox took a 3-0 lead in this game. Angels came back with 5 off Buehler in the bottom of the first inning. And honestly, as bad as it was, it could have been worse. 0-1. Pitch is on the outside corner. d'Arnaud stuck the bat out there, took the pitch, and then heard a loud ringing strike call from Chris Siegel. Buehler has gotten d'Arnaud out twice tonight, struck him out in the second. The 0-2 is fouled back. High 4-seam fastball at 94.
I mean, it's got to be a huge spot in Buehler's mind right here. You just got to do what you couldn't do early in the game. Limit the damage.
The 0-2 outside. Tried a slider. It was non-competitive right into the left-hand box. That was his 90th pitch of the night. It comes 1 out into the 4th inning. Luis Guerrero is up for the first time. And the count 1-2. The pitch is called strike 3 at the knees. And they're 2 down on the biggest K of the night for Buehler with the bases loaded.
Well, I mean, Travis d'Arnaud's got to catch the rest of this game. But he stood there for an extra beat saying, that has not been a strike all night. It wasn't one. What a huge call.
A golden parachute of a gift from Chris Siegel. Bases loaded, 2 down. Joe Adell takes a fastball up and away for ball 1. In the first inning, it felt like we lived about 25 minutes of our lives with the bases loaded against Walker Buehler. And we're back in the cauldron now, but 2 down, 1-0. Pitch is called low and away, and it was 2-0.
Well, it also right now, I mean, the Red Sox have gotten a lot of good starts lately. They've gotten depth from the guys who start games. It's amazing that there's not a better option right now than a guy who just does not know where it's going.
2-0. Adell swings and pops it up. Shallow right. Hamilton out. Second baseman calls. He is there to make the catch. And Walker Buehler finds a way. Strands the bases loaded. K's d'Arnaud gets a pop out against Adell and gets us to the 5th inning with the Sox down 5-4. Well-deserved pat on the back on his way to the dugout. Whew. 5th inning coming your way next. Sox down 5-4. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Hey there, I'm Kendra Adachi, and my show, The Lazy Genius Podcast, helps you be a genius about the things that matter and lazy about the things that don't, and you get to decide what matters. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to give you a new way to see. Episodes of the Lazy Genius Podcast are full of compassionate time management tips and permission slips to do what makes sense for you. New episodes drop every Monday. Follow and listen to the Lazy Genius Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Stop wishing, stop hoping, and please take off those lucky socks and wash them. Growing your business doesn't have to be a guessing game. At Upswell, we've got it down to a science, expanding auto repair, fitness, dental, and home services for over 15 years with targeted direct mailers, social, email, and paid search. So stop shooting in the dark, turn in your crystals, and tap into your business's full potential at upswellmarketing.com. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's Upswell. More customers, period.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Jarren Duran leads off in the top of the fifth inning. He takes ball one from Kohanowitz. 75 pitches thrown. It's 5-4 LA. What a roller coaster ride this thing has been. It's not Space Mountain, but it feels like it. But oh, ripped hard under the glove of the first baseman Shonowell and into shallow right field. Duran is going to round first. He heads for second. He is going to slide head first into the bag, and the leadoff man is at second base. We'll see how they score that. It was absolutely scalded by Duran. I think it should be an error. It hit the glove of Shonowell, and it is. But still, hard contact and great hustle by Duran to get into scoring position.
I still take issue with the idea that that's an. I know you said it, but it's 111 off the bat. I mean, I feel like when you hit it 111 in any direction, unless it's right at a guy, it deserves to be a double.
Here's Abraham Toro. Pitch is swung on and missed. Change up. Actually, officially in the MLB app, they're going to score it a double. Wait and see what the final ruling is. 0-1. Toro waits. Pitch is outside. I can see both sides of the argument. I mean, it is the major leagues. And it was just off his left foot. But it was hit so hard that Duran has yet another two-base hit.
Plus, I bullied the official score into it. So
yeah, you were down the hall. Toro trying at the worst to get Duran over to third here. 1-1. The pitch is ripped foul on the first base side. That's out of play. I have loved getting to know the player that is Abraham Toro. I mean, he just gives you such a professional at bat, especially from this left side. I mean, he can be productive for both sides, but much more thump like this. Batting lefty. Got to get Duran over. 1-2. Top five. Here's the pitch. Toro takes the pitch inside. Almost hit him. That was almost like a Zach Neto special. He spun out of the way, and it's 2-2. If it holds for Duran, 19 doubles, which is tied with Raffy for the lead on the team. The Angels have their bullpen going. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kohanowitz is at the belt. Looks to Jarren at second. He throws. Toro swings and grounds one on the left side. Duran is going to head for third. Bad choice. He's in a rundown. And Hifo running him back to the bag. And Duran is trying to extend the relay. And now Toro to second. He's tagged out too. It's a double play. A base running debacle by the Red Sox. I mean, that's right in front of Jarren Duran. That's a ridiculous choice by him. Alex Cora is out again trying to talk to these umpires about something that he saw on that play. He's looking into Ramon Vasquez, and now the Red Sox, they want them to come together. He says, I want you to check about what's going on there. I think between Toro in between the bags. I mean, it's a ground ball right in front of Duran, and the whole play breaks down when he heads for third. Now the umpires are huddled up, talking this thing over. That's the second time in as many innings that Alex Cora has come out. You would imagine right now that Ray Montgomery is going, well, why does he just get to have these personal powwows with the umpires? Alex is now hearing, I think, from the Red Sox video room confirmation of whatever it is that he's speculating on.
He's having a long conversation with his bench. And obviously, I mean, the umpire's having a long conversation. So whatever he's brought up here is a legitimate point.
And now they're going to call Alex back out. And sort of give their assessment of things. Alan Porter, the crew chief.
Alex goes, whatever Alan Porter said to him, Alex goes, no. Kind of a
He's
smile
really
on his
heated
face
right now. It's a ground ball underneath Duran's feet. Maybe that's what they're saying, that it hit Jaron and that he should be out and it should be a hit for Toro. I mean, that would be a sort of a positive outcome for the Red Sox, given that instead it's a double play. And now I think we're going to hear from the umpires here. Now Alex Cora has been thrown out. He said one thing too many for Alan Porter. He's been frustrated all night long. He's pointing out to the second base bag. He's been all over these umpires all evening long. And I think he's got something going on with Alan Porter. He just said, especially with me. In other words, there's some history here where he is upset and not getting calls to go their way. And he is getting his money's worth right here. Wow. And Jose David Flores is right in between, deciding whether to restrain Alex and also let him speak his mind. And he did that.
A lot of Red Sox fans here, and all of them are standing and giving Alex Cora a round of applause as he comes off the field.
So now Ramon Vasquez will run this game. And again, watch the replay. I mean, is it that they thought it hit Duran on the foot? And Jaron did a really good job trying to get in that rundown. I guess maybe whether Toro had the bag blocked when he was sliding in.
That's my only thought based on the replay we just watched.
Here's Roman Anthony, who takes a pitch outside. You're not allowed to block the bag anymore. And on that tag, which is a weird end of a rundown, it did look like the Angels' second baseman kind of put his knee down in front of the bag before Toro got in there. 1-0 to Roman, swinging a ground ball on the left side. It's backhanded over there by Rengifo. Long throw to first in time, and the inning is over. It's not a reviewable play in that sense. It's a crew chief review. The Red Sox wanted them to look at it. They did not, and Alex Cora is run. Wow, drama halfway through the fifth. 5-4 Angels in the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Thumbtack presents Uncertainty Strikes. I was surrounded. The aisle and the options were closing in. There were paint rollers, satin and matte finish, angle brushes, and natural bristles. There were too many choices. What if I never got my living room painted? What if I couldn't figure out what type of paint to use? What if I just used Thumbtack? I can hire a top-rated pro that knows everything about interior paint, easily compare prices, and read reviews. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Fitzy and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
On we go to the bottom of the fifth inning, 5-4 Angels. Luis Guerrero's on the pitch. Buehler is done as a strike on the outside corner to Lamont Wade Jr. You know, the double play rule on a non-throw, whether you're blocking the bag or not, is reviewable as a ground ball softly hit off the mound. Story right behind the bag, throws to first in time. And watching the review, the replay, 100% Christian Moore was on a knee in front of the second base bag.
There's no question. There was no contact between the runner and Christian Moore.
Yeah, which is not part of the rule. You're just not allowed to block the bag, period. You got to give a free lane. They made that rule a couple years ago coming in. You just cannot block the bag with your feet or your knees, and he absolutely went down. Here is Rengifo. Takes a fastball high from Guerrero. I mean, it's a crazy play. They're in a rundown. Throws are going all over the place. It's a swing and a miss at a fastball. And it is 1-1. I think that's sort of what Alex comes out and he says. You guys got to come together and talk about whether or not you saw that his knee was down or not. They did. They said no. And if that's what they told him, that's ridiculous as Rengifo takes slider low. And it is 2-1. Five-4 Angels in the bottom of the fifth inning. That is a ball, a fastball, a little bit low. Three balls and one strike. That one is down and in. Guerrero, one out in this bottom of the fifth. He issues a walk. Walker Buehler just did not have it tonight. Buehler walked 7. Now Guerrero issues the 8th walk of the evening by a Red Sox pitcher. Here is Christian Moore, the man who was in front of that second base bag for Abraham Torre. He takes a pitch outside, and it's 1-0.
But you'd have to think now Guerrero in this game. This is 2 innings at a minimum from him. A guy who can go 50 pitches.
No doubt. Here's a strike. No, called a ball. Slider down and away. And it's 2-0. They did issue new guidance into the season last year on fielders blocking bags on the infield, especially 2-0. Swung on a miss. Good slider. Existing rule 6.00 awards the base to a runner when the fielder is ruled to have impeded the runner's progress while not in possession of the ball and not in the act of fielding the ball. However, clearly he was one of those two, as a swing and a miss throw to second as the runner left, and he's out at second. That's a great throw by Connor Wong. That was a missile tailing to the first base side. So after the walk, Connor catches that attempted steal. Rengifo is going to be out. Angels will not look, and they're 2 away. Last year, they emphasized that the existing rule asks umpires to call obstruction if they determine a fielder has positioned himself to impede or hinder a runner's path to the base before receiving the ball. I mean, in that case, I want to see the replay again. We've only seen it like 2 times, and in the midst of all that madness, as Moore swings and misses, the inning is over. I sort of think because of the craziness of the play, Moore was kind of stumbling around the bag. It wasn't like it was an intentional blocking of the base, and I think probably the semantics of that are what was discussed at some length with some intensity between Alan Porter and Alex Cora. To the 6th inning we go. 5-4 Angels in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Stop wishing, stop hoping, and please take off those lucky socks and wash them. Growing your business doesn't have to be a guessing game. At Upswell, we've got it down to a science, expanding auto repair, fitness, dental, and home services for over 15 years with targeted direct mailers, social, email, and paid search. So stop shooting in the dark, turn in your crystals, and tap into your business's full potential at upswellmarketing.com. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's Upswell. More customers, period.
So you have a podcast and you really want to make money with it. Then you need the Odyssey Creator Lab. Check this out. We'll host your podcast for free. You just do your show. We'll use the power of Odyssey's massive expert sales team to place ads in your show and make you money. Does it get any easier than that? Nope. You stay in control of your show, and we help you bring in the money. Sounds like a dream partnership. Apply now at creators.odyssey.com and start earning more from your content today.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sixth inning, Red Sox trail 5-4. And as we hit, 11 or beyond that on the East Coast, it is weird around here. Trevor Story leads off, and he swings and misses. First pitch sweeper from a new Angels pitcher, a name you might know, Ryan Zefferjohn.
Red Sox farmhand?
Yep. Blue Sox legend Ryan Zefferjohn. Still rocking the orange beard, 0-1. And Trevor hits it hard in the air, left field towards the wall. It is gone! We're tied in the sixth. Trevor Story makes it 5-5 on a torpedo to left. Hanging sweeper, and then it hung in the left field bullpen. And a weird night just keeps on being weird.
Bomb. Absolute bomb.
Tie game. Now it's Willier. First pitch outside. Some let's go Red Sox chants. Daring to rise.
We're still in the Library of Congress here. The new rule around second base. They cannot block any base without the ball unless they're in the act of catching the ball. Making a tag.
1-0 is outside, 2-0.
And I guess Rob Bradford put out a tweet that there was a similar situation last year where Alex Cora got ejected by the same umpire for arguing the same thing, blocking the second base bag.
2-0 coming to Willier. He takes outside, 3-0.
I mean, I think the real crux of this thing, Coop, which I think Alex thinks went the way against him both times, is whether or not it's in the legitimate act of fielding the ball. I mean, clearly he was on a knee in front of the base.
3-0. Pitch. And Abreu takes a strike. Yeah, Christian Moore on that play. And again, we're talking about the play from now a couple innings back, or an inning back, where the Red Sox had some bad base running that led to a rundown. There was a throw to second. Christian Moore had his knee in front of the bag as the 3-1 is fouled back. Willier took his home run swing and fouls it back to go 3-2. And Christian Moore caught the ball. He clearly had his knee and leg down in front of the bag where the runner Toro was sliding in, but Toro never got to him. He was tagged out. And Alex Cora was as angry as Alex Cora ever gets on a baseball field.
Yes.
Here, now a tie game. And a 3-2 coming from Zefferjohn. Abreu hits it in the air down the left field line, and again, foul.
Well, here's the thing that you learn about Alex Cora is that he knows the game and the rules stone cold. And he gets so upset when he feels like others do not.
Abreu about to see a seventh pitch. It's a 3-2. And Willier strikes out. Foul tip to four-seam fastball at 97 up and away into the glove of d'Arnaud. And there's one down in the sixth inning.
I'm very eager to hear his take on it, Alex's. And here's the other thing that I will say, it frustrates me a little bit. about baseball is that they do get all these clarifications, managers and umpires, about the way to absolutely legislate these things. They're not necessarily in the written rule book.
Cedon takes a slider for a called strike just below the knees.
But like I've learned with Alex, he knows. And like the first time he came out, whatever was said to him, he said, okay, right, you're seeing it and thinking it the right way. Not here.
The 0-1. Cedon cuts and misses on a slider. 0-2. Well, he finished the conversation. He was really spitting fire at Alan Porter, second base umpire who made the call. Alex then said, that's horrible, just lip reading as he walked across the first base line. The 0-2 here. Rafaela swings and misses. That was a fastball right by him at 99. That slider call at beneath the zone changed that at bat. 2 down quickly against Zephyr after the Story homer.
Here's the official ruling for Major League Baseball. Ejected by second base umpire Alan Porter for arguing the call of no obstruction at second base. I think it's also because he said some magic words.
2 down. First pitch called strike 1 to Marcelo. Yeah, he said, that's horrible, that's horrible. He took a step across the first baseline. He said one more thing, and that one more thing, whatever it was, probably not to be repeated, got him run. The 0-1, Meyer takes low and away.
We've had some
1-1
potty mouth the last couple nights as Red Sox.
Yeah, this has been a turn down the crowd mic kind of situation. Well, you know what? We said it, though. The emotion of the last few days and the last week, I'm not saying this is that, but pitch here, swinging a tap back foul. I do think that's, this is a team that believes it's going somewhere and a team that's playing that way over these last few series. And look, whether the Red Sox are in it or out of it, good, bad, anything else, Cora is going to take exception to, whatever he thinks the rule is or the way it's adjudicated. But there has been some juice, for sure. Pitch here. Meyer checks a swing, went around on a high fastball, strikes out. So, Trevor Story, it's a game-tying home run. Sox go down in order after that. But we're on our way to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 5 in Anaheim, right here on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
On my podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, we share the keys to succeed in business and in life. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
Stop wishing, stop hoping, and please take off those lucky socks and wash them. Growing your business doesn't have to be a guessing game. At Upswell, we've got it down to a science, expanding auto repair, fitness, dental, and home services for over 15 years with targeted direct mailers, social, email, and paid search. So stop shooting in the dark, turn in your crystals, and tap into your business's full potential at upswellmarketing.com. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's Upswell. More customers, period.
Funny how quickly there's no time to stop. Becomes maybe we do need a stretch. When you hear the word McChicken. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Want to win free groceries for a year? Prizes like $500 in Shaw's gift cards or your child as an honorary Bat Kid? Answer that in just a sec. Bottom 6, Luis Guerrero's first pitch is swung on, grounded. Right side, David Hamilton ranges left gloves and throws out Neto from shallow right field to begin the 6th inning for the Red Sox. Tie game at 5. Red Sox and Angels late night on the West Coast. Anyway, if you want all those things, enter the Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. Spend $50, get your code, and enter. Official rules at GrandSlamSummerSweeps.com. Luis Guerrero one down against Nolan Shotwell, and he gets a swing and a miss on a very nice slider to the left-hand hitting first baseman. Red Sox led this game 3-0. Then they were down 5-3. Chipped back to get one in the fourth. Now one in the sixth. Now we're tied. Pitch here is down and in. Walker Buehler really struggled. But again, you know, and he and the Red Sox will not look at tonight as a massive success or anything, but he gives up 5 in the first inning, walks the house down, and then managed to scuffle through a couple of scoreless innings. Pitch here. Swing, and it's fouled right on back by Shotwell. And now Luis Guerrero, first out of the bullpen. The bullpen report is brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Guerrero's ERA at 2.30. Major league season, back and forth between AAA Worcester and here. 1-2 fastball high and away at 97. Angels are already into their bullpen. Red Sox have scored against it on a game-tying solo home run by Trevor Story. 2-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Beautiful slider. Shotwell thought 99 was coming. He got 82. He spun into the ground, and they're 2 down. Nobody on, 2 down, and it's Mike Trout. He's walked twice and struck out once, all against Buehler. First pitch in, he takes a slider outside, ball 1. 5-5 game. Luis Guerrero staring down Mike Trout. In the bottom of the 6th inning, series opener, first of 3 from Angel Stadium. 1-0. And the pitch is outside. 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Guerrero against Mike Trout, who's gone 3-2 in all 3 of his at-bats so far. 2-0 count, 2 down. Guerrero trying for a 1-2-3. Pitch is right down the middle. 85-mile-an-hour slider that slipped right down the middle. And a count to 2-1 on Trout. Right versus right. Guerrero from a close stance delivers, and the pitch is on the outer edge. A called strike at 97, spliced off the outer black, and it's 2-2. 1 strike away now here in the 6th. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Guerrero against Mike Trout. Here it comes, and it's swung on, popped up, foul down the right field line, and out of play. On a night where Walker Buehler could not give the Red Sox length, got through 4 innings, they're asking Guerrero to get them multiple innings of outs. Trying to go 2 scoreless, a 2-2. Pitch high, 97 up above the bright red brim of Trout's Angel helmet. And the count's 3-2. 4th at bat for Trout, 4th time he's gone 3-2. And a payoff pitch is swung on and missed. Back-to-back Ks. Luis Guerrero gives the Red Sox 2 massive scoreless innings and keeps this game 5-5. The night wears on. To the 7th we go in a tie game on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Net.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true.
do.
I'm Emma Greed, and I've spent the last 20 years building, running, and investing in some incredible businesses. The more success I've had, the more people started coming to me with questions. How do you start a business? How do you raise money? How do I bounce back from failure? On my new podcast, Aspire with Emma Greed, I'll be answering these questions and more through weekly conversations with the smartest minds out there. Listen to and follow Aspire with Emma Greed, an Odyssey podcast available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Stop wishing, stop hoping, and please take off those lucky socks and wash them. Growing your business doesn't have to be a guessing game. At Upswell, we've got it down to a science, expanding auto repair, fitness, dental, and home services for over 15 years with targeted direct mailers, social, email, and paid search. So stop shooting in the dark, turn in your crystals, and tap into your business's full potential at upswellmarketing.com. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's Upswell. More customers, period.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Connor Wong leads off in the Herb Chambers batting order. Brought to you by Herb Chambers, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat of Danvers and Millbury. First pitch to Connor. He takes low ball 1. Red Sox and Angels, 7th inning, late night, tied at 5. It'll be Wong, David Hamilton, and Jaron Duran against the left-hander Brock Burke. Third Angel pitcher just came out of the bullpen. Tall left-hander sets and delivers. And Connor hits a ground ball left side and through. That's a leadoff base hit. So on the night where Connor Wong finally got his first RBI of the season, he's got a single. He's been on twice. And the Red Sox have the go-ahead run on to begin the 7th inning. Good time to get you the code word of the game. It's Los Angeles, one word, pretty easy. Make sure to enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. Wong on, third baseman Rengifo in, Hamilton in the box, left on left, and he squares and pops it up left side, gets down in front of Rengifo. He bobbles it. Everyone's safe. Wong to second. David Hamilton faster than light. And the Red Sox have the first 2-man on here in the 7th. You can see it now. Rengifo was in on the grass. It was a moment where Hamilton was, of course, going to bunt left on left with a go-ahead run on base. He got it down. It was in the air and then just kind of humpbacked in front of Rengifo. And as he came up, he bobbled the baseball. And the instant you hesitate, the instant you're just a little unsteady, David Hamilton's going to be safe. And he's in there. Angels have a visit from their pitching coach, Barry Enright, out there to talk to Brock Burke. Gives us a chance to tell you that Red Sox baseball is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales Event. Also remind you the copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of WEEI and the Boston Red Sox. 5-5 game, top of the 7th inning. Red Sox and Angels as we inch ever closer towards midnight on the East Coast. Thanks for staying up with us. Along with Will Fleming, Cooper Boardman. 2 men on, and now it's Jaron Duran. Angels are thinking bunt here. Shawnuel, the first baseman, in on the grass. Third baseman, Rengifo, at the cutout. Duran in the box with 2 on, nobody out. First pitch, Duran squares and gets it down third base side. Rengifo stutters, picks it up, throws in time to first. Nice play by Moore, the second baseman, covering the bag. Duran gets the sac bunt down. Wong to third, Hamilton to second. And the Sox have 2 in scoring position with 1 down in the 7th. Sox thought about challenging. They did not. Jaron Duran with the job doer, and now the Angels are going to go further into their bullpen. Burke faces the minimum. The Arbella Insurance Foundation is dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. For every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher during the season, the Arbella Insurance Foundation donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. All right, biggest moment of your Monday night. Men on second and third with one out in the 7th inning in a 5-5 game. And Abraham Toro coming to the plate against a new Angel reliever. We'll step aside for a pitch break on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
Just like our hometown legends of the Diamond, Herb Chambers has been hitting it out of the park for decades with legendary customer service. With over 35 brands and so many locations, Herb Chambers offers the largest inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs in New England. You can always count on getting the lowest prices and best value. And at Herb Chambers, you always get more for your trade. Come see for yourself and experience our legendary customer service today. Herb Chambers. We don't sell cars, we help people buy them.
Pitching change tonight here in the 7th. Red Sox 5, Angels 5. Sox have men on second and third after a sac bunt by Jarren Duran. And the biggest moment of the night right here, right now. A lot going on. Reed Detmers in the game for Los Angeles. Good hard-throwing left-hander, converted starter. And the Red Sox with Abraham Toro due up and a left-hander coming in. Go to Romy Gonzalez to face a left-hander. What a night. Red Sox were up 3-0, down 5-3, back and forth battle, back tied the game on a Trevor Story solo home run. In this inning, Brock Burke came out of the Angel bullpen. He gave up a single to Wong, a bunt single to Hamilton. A sac bunt by Duran puts men on second and third. And now it's Romy against a left-hander. Makes perfect sense for Abraham Toro, who struggled against left-handed pitching. So Detmers, who's thrown to a 4.73, but again, he's been much better since he went to the bullpen. And now, as he was ready to deliver his first pitch, the catcher d'Arnaud goes out there. And with the infield in, you have the only man you would want against a left-hander coming to the plate for the Sox.
He's been so hot. He was so upset with himself yesterday for dropping that little liner at second base. This is his job. I mean, and you just really, I mean, you're trying to break it open, but infield in, get one in at least.
They go to Detmers, who's not allowed a run in the month of June. They are basically using their horse right now for the biggest moment, and they intentionally walk Romy Gonzalez. That tells you everything you need to know about what that guy's done and who he is. And that loads the bases in a tie game in the 7th inning for Roman Anthony. Wong on third, Hamilton on second, Romy off first. First pitch, Roman cuts and misses on a slider. He took the swing not to take the lead, but to obliterate it. Tied at 5 in the 7th inning. The youngest player in the American League in the box as we near midnight. Bases loaded. The 0-1 from Detmers. Roman cuts and misses. Second slider, second wave and a miss on a second chase. And it's 0-2. Reed Detmers, who threw a no-hitter a few years back, has been moved to the bullpen. He's been dominant. Best in baseball over the last month. The 0-2. Down and away. So for the first time, Roman saw that slider, left it out there. And the count goes to 1-2.
Well, Alex Cora and by proxy Ramon Vasquez, they think through all these moves. They're willing to have this matchup with the bases loaded.
Roman, who at AAA hit left-handers better than right-handers. 1-2 count, left on left. Here comes Roman, swings and misses. High fastball just beat him to the spot. It was a heck of a sequence by Reed Detmers. And there are 2 down. It's a guy that many people think he's going to get traded. He's under control for the next few years, but they have found just absurd magic out of this guy over the last 40 days. Trevor Story now. He takes a called strike one, 96 right down the middle. Trevor's the reason why we're tied at 5. Hit a solo home run 1 inning ago. He has the bases loaded and 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Left-hander Detmers delivers, and Story takes up and away the count 1-1. Wong leads off third, Hamilton off second, Gonzalez off of first. A 1-1 count. Here comes Story, checks the swing and takes a curveball low.
Great take. In his career against Detmers, Trevor is 3 for 6 with 2 doubles.
I'm in. Outfield plays him deep. Center fielder Adele shaded towards the right center field gap. A really good take on the third pitch. 2-1. Here comes the fourth from Detmers to Story. And he leaves a fastball up and away. One ball away from the lead in the 7th. Both teams have led in this game. It's 5-5. Bases loaded. A 3-1 from Detmers is swung on, popped up, high right field side, foul, and out of play. Story got a 4-seam fastball just towards the outside corner. That was a little bit late. Story uses his timeout, steps out and stares towards the rock formation in left center. Takes a big breath and steps back in. Everybody will be running. 3-2 and 2 out. Bases loaded. Tie game in the 7th. The pitch from Detmers is swung on and missed. Struck him out. They intentionally walk Gonzalez. Detmers K's Anthony and Story. And the game stays tied at 5. We go to the bottom of the 7th on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Stop wishing, stop hoping, and please take off those lucky socks and wash them. Growing your business doesn't have to be a guessing game. At Upswell, we've got it down to a science, expanding auto repair, fitness, dental, and home services for over 15 years with targeted direct mailers, social, email, and paid search. So stop shooting in the dark, turn in your crystals, and tap into your business's full potential at upswellmarketing.com. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's Upswell. More customers, period.
Sometimes historic events suck. But what shouldn't suck is learning about history. I do that through storytelling. History That Doesn't Suck is a chart-topping history-telling podcast chronicling the epic story of America, decade by decade. Right now, I'm digging into the history of incredible infrastructure projects of the 1930s, including the Hoover Dam, the Empire State Building, the Golden Gate Bridge, and more. The promise is in the title, History That Doesn't Suck. Available on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Garrett Whitlock. You're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Red Sox pitching change, and his slowdown in action is brought to you by Iservay. And it is Garrett Whitlock into the game. So the Sox had the bases loaded with 1 out in the top of this inning, could not score. And now in a 5-5 game, we go to the bottom of the 7th in Anaheim. And Whitlock is on to face this middle of this Angel order. You just turned to me, you said, we play fun games. Something like it. Whitlock to face Taylor Ward. Right on right, first pitch, and a fastball right down the middle for a called strike 1. Whitlock sets, delivers, and gets the inside corner with a fastball 0-2. Strike throwing has been a little in and out for Whitlock in moments. We saw it in San Francisco on Friday night. Pitches, swung on, grounded softly right to the shortstop, Trevor Story. Smooth as always, picks it up, throws to first in time for the first out of the 7th inning. Romy, who is pinch hitting, that was intentionally walked for Abraham Toro, takes over at first base. So he was the 3 on the end of that 6-3. As we give you the Subaru of New England scoreboard, the Yankees lost 6-1. Orioles 6-0 over the Rangers, so they win again. Now Travis d'Arnaud, he swings and misses. Another fastball. It looks good right now from Whitlock. Braves beat the Mets 3-2. Pitch here, swinging a pop-up into right field. Wilyer Abreu in, now back, and he makes the catch for out number 2 in the 7th inning. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. We'll have the Nissan postgame show for you. Who knows what time that will be at. Stay tuned for it. Nissan is here to help you save this summer with lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinders. The possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today. First pitch, high and tight, ball 1 to Joe Adell. Red Sox and Angels tied at 5 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Garrett Whitlock is the 3rd Red Sox pitcher, trying to give them a 1-2-3. Pitches inside to Adell, 2-1. 7th inning sponsored by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. Been hurt in a car work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all 7s. Pitch here is inside at 617-777-7777. Luis Guerrero retired all 3 that he saw in the 6th inning. And Garrett Whitlock trying to continue a Red Sox run of bullpen dominance that's been better than almost any team in the game over the last month. 3-0 is a strike right on the inside corner with a sinker. Against Joe Adell. Strikes out 1 in 4 plate appearances. 3-1. He fists it back behind the plate and foul. And Garrett Whitlock is 1 strike away from a 1-2-3. Tie game, 7th inning, 2 down, 3-2. Here comes. Pitches, tap back, foul. There are a good number of people in Red Sox jerseys that had about a half cheer out of their throats when they saw the ball skip away.
Sam Bachman, the right-hander, is up and warming for the Angels. You got the lefty Abreu leading it off. I would think Detmers would see him.
To me, they should want to leave Detmers in there for as long as possible. 3-2 line drive, right field. Abreu over, and he makes the catch running towards the line to finish off a very breezy 11-pitch 1-2-3 for Garrett Whitlock. See what the Angels do. Wilyer on his way to the plate, tied at 5 as we go to the 8th on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Mazda?
Once you discover the Mazda CX-50,
Mazda.
It doesn't take long to get it. With an available turbo engine and off-road drive mode, it's a crossover SUV rugged enough to go well past your expectations. It will have you saying,
Mazda.
The Mazda CX-50. It's made to move you.
Every Mazda SUV offers you an elevated driving experience and refined performance. Discover it at Tasca Mazda Cranston.
Stop wishing, stop hoping, and please take off those lucky socks and wash them. Growing your business doesn't have to be a guessing game. At Upswell, we've got it down to a science, expanding auto repair, fitness, dental, and home services for over 15 years with targeted direct mailers, social, email, and paid search. So stop shooting in the dark, turn in your crystals, and tap into your business's full potential at upswellmarketing.com. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's Upswell. More customers, period.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
Well, they will bring in the righty Bachman to face Wilyer Abreu as we go into the top of the 8th inning. What a game this has been. 5-5 the score. Red Sox are not boring. The pitch to Wilyer is a strike on the outside corner. That's a slider that maybe caught the bottom outside of the zone by maybe one seam. It is 0-1. Abreu has singled to left field, grounded out to the pitcher, and struck out swinging. 0-1. They play him to pull on the infield. The pitch way high with a fastball. This guy just called up 10 days ago. First big league action in a couple of seasons. One and one to Abreu. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Man, it was a mighty rip at a slider. Down and in, well located, and it's 1-2. The Red Sox got 3 in the first on 5 hits. Ran into an out in that inning. Then Walker Buehler, in the very first inning, walked 4 and hit 2. Gave the Angels a 5-3 lead. 1-2. Pitch to Wilyer is swung on and missed. He got him with a slider to the outside. Abreu is gone. The Red Sox got within 1 run, and a Connor Wong sac fly and tied it on a Trevor Story homer. And now, 1 down in this 8th inning. Here comes Cedon. Rafaela drove in a run in the first, hit by a pitch in the 4th, and struck out in the 6th. 1 out, bases empty. The pitch a little bit outside. Now, one thing the Red Sox have emphasized so deeply to this man is pull the ball for power, and he's done that a lot the last couple weeks. 1-0. Pitch is popped up in a shallow center field. In comes Adele. Out goes Moore, and the center fielder Joe Adele is there to make the grab. And they're 2 away. Had some questions about why Alex Cora and Ramon Vasquez did not pinch hit for Roman Anthony against the lefty, but I mean, Anthony is the future. He's looked great for 5-6 days. He has hit lefties in his career. I love sticking with him.
Yeah.
Here's Marcelo Meyer, 2 down, bases empty. From the belt, Bachman throws. Marcelo swings and fouls a 99-mile-an-hour fastball back. It was right at the top of the zone. Alex Cora probably knows a lot about Sam Bachman. He went to Miami, 25 years old, a first-round pick. There's no roster in the major leagues that has more first-round picks than L.A. every year. Neto, Shanuel, this guy, Detmers, 0-1. Marcelo takes a strike. I don't think that was one. But the strike zone is evolving a little bit late in this game, and it's 0-2.
That outside corner to the left-hand hitter exists now, and it didn't. But the top is still tight like it was early.
0-2. Pitch. Marcelo takes a ball. Slider low. It is 1-2. Pitch back, skies overhead now. Lights have been on for quite some time. 5-5 in the 8th. 1-2. Marcelo rips it foul. Third base side. I love coming to these visiting ballparks and seeing what jersey is in the stands. I mean, obviously they're more Trout than anything here. There's a Jim Fregosi jersey down the third base line. 1-2. High fastball to Meyer. Still some Ohtani in the seats here, and you can imagine the trauma of being an Angel fan. He chose this place. So wonderful individually. And now cross town with the Dodgers. 2-2. Bases empty, 2 down. The pitch. Marcelo takes strike 3. That looked outside. but called a strike, and Meyer is gone. Whitlock is going to continue in the game. 5-5, bottom 8 next on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A spring day is the most righteous time to hit up your group chat, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and get outside. Because when the outdoors calls, it's good to have exhilarating ice-cold refreshment to answer.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me a river, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Hi, everybody. It's Brian Green from the Commercial Break Podcast. It's likely you've heard of the show if you're directly related to me or you follow our MySpace page. But I'm not here to talk to those 3 listeners. I'm here to appeal to people who haven't heard the show. Along with my co-host, Kristen Joy Hoadley, we're taking a deeper look at the topics that are affecting our youth today. Like, who are the people who are dating ghosts? Where did all these pickup artists come from? And why doesn't my preacher have a nicer private jet? We understand that these are the issues you really want to get to the bottom of. The Commercial Break is now available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Bottom 8, first pitch from Garrett Whitlock to Lamont Wade Jr. fouled off on the third base side, out of play 0-1. If you're thinking chicken for dinner, think Shaws and Star Market right now. Value pack, Signature Farms, chicken drumsticks, thighs or leg quarters, bone in, 97 cents a pound as Whitlock, noted chicken fan, misses outside with a changeup, and it's 1-1. If you're short on time, order pickup or delivery. Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Here's a chopper high to third, and it's over Meyer. Story backhands it in shallow left and sort of lobs it over to first, but that is total bad luck for Garrett Whitlock of the Red Sox as the go-ahead run is aboard in Lamont Wade to begin the bottom of the 8th inning.
You start thinking about the 9th. The very familiar big figure of Kenley Jansen is throwing in the Angel bullpen.
He was excellent a couple times at Fenway Park when the Angels came in and took 2 of 3 from the Sox. All right, here's Luis Rengifo. He squares and takes a strike on the outside corner. I mean, if you're going to bunt, that's a good pitch to do it on, but he decided no. It is 0-1. We can see the results of our poll from the New England Chevy dealers question of the day in a moment. 5-5, bottom 8. Leadoff man is aboard. Meyer way in at third. Gonzalez holding Wade at first. Whitlock a long set. Runner goes. The pitch is way outside. Wong's throw is not in time, and it scoots into the outfield. Rafael Glove spins, throws to third, not nearly in time. A steal and an error on a really bad throw from Connor Wong. And the go-ahead run is 90 feet away.
Another error and a big moment. It's a change-up down and away. He had to throw it. If it's a good throw, it is a tight play at second. Throws into the runner. Maybe Story could have kept it in front. Either way, here we are.
Now the infield in. Wade at third. The 1-1 is low. It's a play where Story, knowing the ball is arriving at the exact same time as the runner's trying to hang in, trying to make that pick. So he doesn't get all the way in front of it, and it just shoots into the outfield. 2-1 pitch is low. Slider. And it's 3-1. The 9-hole hitter Moore is on deck. You need to get Rengifo and Moore. I mean, you got Neto and then Shonowell and Trout looming. Tie game in the 8th. Pitch is outside. That was not close. Changeup that looked a little herky-jerky from Garrett Whitlock. I mean, the good news is it sets up the double play, but you're not worried about that in a tie game in the bottom of the 8th inning. Now Andrew Bailey's going to come out. We take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
9 walks in the game issued by Red Sox pitchers. In San Francisco, the Sox had a game with 8 walks, and that's just never a winning formula. And 7 of them from the starter, Walker Buehler. But now real trouble for Whitlock. And the 9-hole hitter, I mean, the Red Sox went behind, or actually the game got tied on a safety squeeze. You wonder if they're thinking along those lines right here. The game is tied. Moore has walked to draw in a run, grounded out and lined out. First and third, infield in. Pitch is a strike. I've never seen a second baseman do what David Hamilton is, which is he's in at second, and his chest, when the pitch comes home, is almost pointed to first base. He's fixated on Rengifo. Anything at an infielder hard is coming home. 0-1. Pitch is a strike. I don't know what's going on there with Hamilton. You get the most important thing is the pitch and the hitter. 0-2. How huge would a strikeout be here? 0-2. Whitlock is ready. He throws, and a high fly foul. And play on the first base side.
You can go low off speed here. This is a guy that chases. This is a guy that swings and misses a lot. But Connor Wong's got to block the baseball.
Infield in. Pitch is a check swing. Did he go? No. I do think he held up there. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan here to help you save this summer on Rogue and Pathfinder. Possibilities are endless. Yeah, he held up. Did more. Nobody out. Go ahead run at third. Another man at first. And a tie game. 1-2 is foul. He was badly fooled there. I mean, that was a fastball look. Slider totally befuddled him, and he just spoiled it on the first base side. I wonder whether for Whitlock that sets up high heat right here. 1-2. Here's the pitch, and it is popped up foul. Well, I'm really going to have to talk to David Hamilton and Jose David Flores about this, because it's so unusual to see a second baseman almost have his hands on his knees looking at the runner at first, Rengifo, rather than square up and get ready to field the ball. 1-2. Whitlock. He delivers, and a fastball just outside. It did appear to be off at 97, and it's 2-2.
And he is, as Whitlock delivers it, stepping in at the plate, not fully square, but at least a little bit more.
2-2. High pop-up into shallow right center field. Abreu with the big arm is going to make the play. Tagging at third, coming home. Willier's throw comes home. It's high, and the game is no longer tied. Wade scores an unearned run, and it is 6-5 Anaheim. It was definitely Abreu's ball to play. He just sailed the throw over the leap of Wong. And how many times this season have we said it? Errors and unearned runs have killed this team, and that was a changeup in a 2-strike count that got way too much of the zone.
Yeah, good fight, 8th pitch, right? And he just gets under it. Abreu's throw, if that's on line, might have a chance to get the runner.
So now 6-5, runner at second base. Here is Neto. He grounds it toward third and foul. And how frustrating this 2-inning stretch has been for the Red Sox. In the 7th inning, they decided to try to play a little small ball. They got hits from Wong and Hamilton. Then Duran bunted after an intentional walk of Romy Gonzalez. Anthony and Story struck out, and now they've gifted the Angels the go-ahead run. 0-1. Neto's been good again, and he grounds it into left field. That's a base hit. Duran's going to come up as they hold the runner at third. To Hopper to Wong, way up the line. That surprises me that the Angels did that. I mean, it was hit hard, but Duran has not had a great year throwing. Had they sent him, they get another run in, but obviously a big reason why is it's the heart of the order, because you got Shonwell up with Trout on deck.
Yeah, as Duran picks that up, the runner's at third, so it would have been close, but again, kind of no reason considering the circumstance.
Every time the Red Sox play the Angels, Zach Neto looks like the MVP.
Yeah.
That's his 4th time on base, and now a meeting on the mound with the entire infield. They're going to talk about what to do here if and when Neto takes off.
And again, it's the air. There's been, from a pitching perspective here, Whitlock's been really good. I mean, he's throwing strikes. He's gotten soft contact. He's gotten, one fly out, but I mean, it's a nothing chopper that gets out of the infield because Myers pulled in. That puts the leadoff guy on, and it's an error that puts what could be the winning run on third base. It's not much more than that.
So here we go with Shonwell. 0 for 4 tonight at the corners. Red Sox come in defensively as Whitlock steps off. By the way, watching that replay, Duran just is not himself defensively. He had a really hard time getting it out of the glove, which is part of the reason he sort of sailed the throw up the line. The pitch is a check swing in the dirt. Nice block there by Wong on a slider. And it is 1-0. Too many errors, way too many unearned runs. Most errors in the game, second most unearned runs, behind only the Rockies. 1-0. Pitch. Foul back. He took a huge rip at that. And it's 1-1. Angels at the corners, a 1-run LA lead. Runner goes at first. The pitch is swung on a miss. They will not throw through. So it's 1-2 to Shonwell. 69 errors made by the Red Sox this year. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Big pitch. Very nicely done. They stem the tide, and you wonder what they'll do here with Trout. And then you got first base open. Taylor Ward is a good player, but you wonder how careful they'll be here with Mike Trout. Red Sox made 4 errors in San Francisco. And now Boston has allowed 50 unearned runs, and they're going to put them on, which is the right call. Ramon Vasquez is an aggressive manager. You love to see it.
Well, you understand it, obviously. But now there's enormous pressure on Garrett Whitlock to throw strikes, which he's done really well in the outing. 23 strikes on 34 pitches.
Now that one is intentional. The pitch to Taylor Ward is a ball, slider. But now 10 walks on the night issued by Red Sox pitchers. Game on the line. They're already trailing by a run in the 8th. The 1-0 is a strike. Beautiful sinker, bottom of the zone. And it's 1-1. Boston will have Wong, Hamilton, and Duran due up in the night. They got some options off the bench. 1-1. Pitch is inside. And it's 2-1. I mean, Connor has had a big night at the plate. Walk, single, sac fly. You do have Narvaez available. Also Rob Refsnyder. 2 balls and a strike. Bases loaded. The pitch is in there. That was great. Slider. Ward was not looking for that, and it's 2-2. Run in, bases loaded. 2-2 pitch, swing, and a foul back to the screen. Alex Cora ejected in consecutive games 4 times overall. Last night it was the review at second with Durant. Today, a lack of an obstruction call at second. The 2-2 is a ground ball foul. Man, sort of a sawed-off swing by Ward, who was totally fooled. The way this inning and this evening have gone, you wondered whether that thing was ticketed for right field. It just sliced outside the bag. Ramon is looking at the lineup card alongside Jason Varitek and Andrew Bailey. 6-5 Angels, bases loaded. Bottom 8. Another 2-2 is called a ball. Fastball just up. And now the count is full. And on full display, the inherent risk in an intentional walk. 3-2. The pitch is outside. He walked him. For the 3rd time tonight, the Red Sox have walked in a run. They also hit a man to score a run. An absolute disaster on the mound all night long, really, other than a good outing from Luis Guerrero. And Ramon Vasquez has seen enough. He's coming out. He'll get Whitlock off the mound. 7-5 Angels, bases still loaded with 2 outs. And Jorge Alcala coming into a big spot when we return to Anaheim on the Shaw's and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, you could sign up for Ford Pass. It's the app that puts your Ford ownership experience right in the palm of your hand. With the Ford Pass app, you can access complimentary remote features like start-stop, lock-unlock, schedule a start, locate your vehicle, or get your vehicle's status on the Ford Pass app when your vehicle is equipped with Ford Pass Connect. Get started by downloading the Ford Pass app on the App Store or Google Play.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Jorge Alcala is on. 2 runs in for the Angels. 7-5 is the score. Joe Adele is waiting to greet Alcala. And, I mean, this game is now bookended with a 1st inning and an 8th inning that have just been a total nightmare. It started with some bad luck. A little chopper over the head of Marcelo at 3rd. Then a walk of Rengifo, the sac fly to Moore, where the throw from Abreu sails over the catcher. Then a single from Neto, hard hit, he steals 2nd. Intentional walk after the strikeout, and then unintentional bases loaded walk of Taylor Ward. I can't remember in my life a game where you have 4 bases loaded walks, a bases loaded hit batter. I mean, that's 5 absolute gift wrapped runs.
Well, and the error by Connor Wong on the throw to second completely unzipped this inning.
Here's Travis d'Arnaud trying to put this game to bed. 7-5 Angels in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch is pop foul on the first base side. d'Arnaud is trying to join the party. He's 0 for 4, and he's come up in huge spots. He made an out in that 5-run first inning. Struck out with the bases loaded in the 4th. 0-1. Alcala's looked really good. The pitch. Shot into left field. That is down for a hit. 2 runs are going to score. Duran throws toward the plate. It's way up the line. 2-run shot for Travis d'Arnaud. And it's 9-5 LA.
Red Sox bullpen that has been almost perfect over the last 3-4 weeks. Tonight, just not to be. Again, you just continue to go back to that era. The inning is completely different. You've got a guy on second, sets a man on third. Now you're playing the bases loaded game 2 batters later, and just didn't need to happen.
Well, it's just so much like yesterday in the Bay Area. As now Joe Adell with 2 on and 2 out, swings and misses, where the offense has done a lot of good things. I mean, big swings, Story a game-tying home run. They jumped the starter in the first with 5 hits and 3 runs. 0-1. Pitch, swing and a miss. But really, I mean, this entire game does go right back to Walker Buehler. You get 3 in the first, and it just unraveled from there. And yet you were tied coming into this inning, and 4 runs have scored. 0-2. Pitch, high fastball. $50 unearned runs allowed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch, foul back. And this one has that special combination of, it's not just unearned runs, but I mean, bases loaded walks, hitting guys with the bases loaded. Garrett Crochet will have the ball tomorrow. 1-2 with 2 down. Alcala head on a swivel. He throws and he misses. You know, it's interesting. Whitlock was awesome in that first inning, and it is, though, another example where in that second inning this season, it has gone off the rails. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 4 Angel runs in. Pitch, high pop-up, foul down the first base side. Romy gives a look, and it's out of play.
Yeah, it was a perfect 11-pitch inning, basically, the inning before. And again, it's bad luck, and it's an error, and then, balls that get through. The sac fly was not hard hit. It was just a sac fly. You have Bernardino for the 8th, maybe. It's hard because on paper, when you say Garrett Whitlock 2 innings, it seems fine.
2-2. Pitch inside. Of course, you have to also think about the fact, once the Red Sox did battle back, get in this thing again, they had a leadoff double in the 5th inning. That horrible base running play by Duran, where he gets thrown out at third. It leads to a double play when Alex Cora gets ejected on what he thought was an obstruction call on Moore at second base. And then they get 2 hits to begin things in the 7th and don't score. So just a really sloppy game all the way around. 3-2. Runners go. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. Hitting over, but 4 runs in for L.A. We go to the 9th inning. See if Kenley Jansen even comes on. 9-5 Angels in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
I've gathered you here today for a family strategy meeting. Johnny, after dinner, you get 30 more minutes of counting practice on iExcel. Meanwhile, Timmy, you get to use iExcel for your long division. Let's do this. Try the learning product Families Trust at iExcel.com.
When water from the pipes was pouring down, filed a claim with Hiscox.
We turned it around.
Across America, over 600,000 small businesses look to Hiscox Insurance for protection. Find flexible coverage that adapts to the needs of your small business with a fast, easy online quote at hiscox.com.
'Cause there's no business like small business.
Like no business we know.
Get a quote today with Hiscox Small Business Insurance.
Prepárate para el 4 de julio con ahorros anticipados en Lowe's. Ahorra hasta 40% en electrodomésticos selectos y ahorra 10% adicional al comprar 2 o más electrodomésticos selectos. Y llévate 3 bolsas de Mulch Stay Green o Premium de 2 pies cúbicos por $10. Estas ofertas están calientes. Lowe's, nosotros ayudamos, tú ahorras. Válido hasta 6/25. Selección varía por lugar hasta agotar existencias. Detalles en Lowe's.com. Excluye Alaska y Hawaii.
Connor Wong, you're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
Connor Wong will lead it off against Kenley Jansen, who comes on here for the 9th inning. He's the team he pitched for, and the catcher he pitched to a year ago. It is not a full house, a little bit more than 20,000 here tonight. at Angels Stadium. Attendance report is brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. Whether you're craving fresh hand-breaded chicken and chicken tenders or fried chicken sandwiches and nuggets, Crispy Crunchy Chicken delivers. Find a location. CrispyCrunchy.com. Kenley was roundly booed at Fenway Park and locked down a couple saves. Now he'll see Wong, Hamilton, and Duran. This thing took a U-turn when Walker Buehler had very little to start this night. He walked 7. Red Sox as a team have walked 11, their most in a 9-inning game since 2014. As a pitch, this is low to Wong. You're going to see all cutters here from Kenley. 7 from Buehler, 1 from Guerrero, 3 from Whitlock. 9-5 the score. Connor takes the ball. He drove into his first run of the year. Sac fly. Too many games like this in 2025, and really for a few years running, just frustration, sloppiness. 2-0. Connor should be taking here. Pitch is taken for a strike, and it's 2-1. Defense, bad starts, walks, hit batters. Wasting a lot of big swings, clutch swings. 2-1. Pitch is pop foul. And you think about Saturday in the Bay Area, the Red Sox were shut down. Roop was really good, but then they got the rally in the 9th inning. 2 runs in, tying run in scoring position. They see something with Kenley. You know, before Kenley threw his first pitch, he was looking into the third base dugout. He did not really finish his warm-up routine, and they must have seen something right there, and they're coming out. Trainer and the acting manager. Do want to say we wish the very best to Ron Washington, who's out indefinitely. One of the great people, characters, personalities in the game. Kenley not really talking to anybody.
Yeah, just kind of standing there thinking about it. I mean, this is, you know, for them, obviously it's their closer and they're trying to compete, but when you talk about a guy that, you know, the Angels want to deal with the deadline, which they're always doing, this is as important of an asset to this franchise as they have.
He had so many back issues last year with the Red Sox. He has in his career. I don't understand the idea of just standing there and not talking without throwing a practice warm-up pitch. I mean, at some point, they've been out there for a minute. And he's going to come out. You could see that coming. I mean, if you're going to do that, walk off the mound.
Yeah.
So now the Angels will have as much time as they need, and they got to get a non-leverage reliever up and ready. Remember, they've already used Detmers, and now Connor Wong is saying to Travis d'Arnaud, "What's going on there, catcher to catcher?" You're not kidding. That is a moment that Perry Manassian and the Angels are not looking for. You can see Perry just down to our right. You would have to say that his time here, Perry, has not been exactly bathed in glory with the Angels. He is locked into these games. His brother's now with the Giants, just beneath Buster Posey. And now the Angels will have an opportunity to get anybody up for as long as they need. By the way, the Red Sox in this game, 5 runs, 9 hits, an error. They've left 5. Angels 9 runs, 6 hits, and they've stranded 9. Updated box score brought to you by the Mass State Lottery. Let's make it the best night ever. Grab your friends, pick your numbers, and celebrate the night with Keno and the Mass State Lottery. Got to be 18 years or older to play.
Good news, they're going to Hector Neris. He's been terrible for them.
Well then,
ERA around 9.
He'll see Wong, and he'll warm up for as long as he wants. We're going to step aside for 90 seconds, come back to Anaheim after this on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hector Neris, who for about 6-7 years was the most used and one of the most dependable pitchers in all of Major League Baseball, especially with the Houston Astros, is on here. He will take his time to get heated up. Connor Wong has a 2-2 count. This is one of those spots where Neris is going to inherit no matter what happens here. It's not an advantageous count one way or the other. There have been several pitches thrown, so 2-2. Like if he comes in and it's 3-1 and he walks Wong, that goes to Kenley Jansen. But this is one of those that it's just straight up. And on a very frustrating, weird night, the Red Sox trying to find any spark here, trailing by 4.
It's been such a bizarre night. I mean, Buehler struggles, all of the walks, an error late. 11 walks for the Red Sox, tie a high, by the way, in a Major League game this year by any individual team. Kenley comes out, they have pyrotechnics going and the lights flashing. He throws 4 pitches and then he walks off with the lights on. Who knows? Maybe it's the start of a long 9th inning here.
We'll both be in for that. O'Shea will pitch for the Red Sox tomorrow. And you do wonder at the highest levels of this organization what the Red Sox are thinking about Walker Buehler and his next time through in the rotation. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Connor Wong. Here's the pitch. And it's chopped hard to third. It's backhanded over there by Rengifo. Way behind the bag throw to first, and it's in time. What a pick there by Shonowell. I think Connor was moving like he normally does. That thing was so deep behind the bag. Very nice play on both ends, and there's one away.
That's such a weird spot, right? You get to 2-2, you sit there for, 8, 9, 10 minutes. You watch this guy warm up. He throws you 1 splitter in the zone, and you have to swing at it.
Here now, David Hamilton. Singled in the 7th. That set the wheels in motion in a tie game. The pitch to David. Strike on the outside corner. We've had 3 or 4 people come in here and say, well, why didn't they pinch hit for Roman Anthony with Rob Refsnyder? I mean, look, Rob is fabulous against left-handed pitching. We get it. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Detmers had to face that hitter. But I was totally fine with it in the moment, and I still am.
Yeah. He, more than Meyer, has to see left-handed pitching because he's good against it.
0-2 to Hamilton. That's outside. I mean, right. If it's Marcelo, I think they certainly pinch hit. But Roman has looked great in the game to that point. He'd singled, he'd walked, he'd hit a hard ground ball. 1-2, the pitch. Swinging a pop-up just to our left. Foul. And yeah, he's 0 for lefties in this, 2 weeks in the big leagues. That's not how you base decisions, in my opinion. Plus, I mean, you want him to do it at some point. 1-2 to Hamilton. 9-5 Angels. Swing and a miss. That was so late by David. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. And the Red Sox are down to their last out.
Bizarre swing there from Hamilton. He was just in the mitt and then he just swung. But I agree with you. And the other thing, too, is, people say that, well, he's got to hit lefties at some point. And that's true about Marcelo down the road. But right now, Roman can hit lefties. He can hit lefties tomorrow.
Here's Jarren Duran. Red Sox down to their last out. He swings and misses at a fastball and its 0-1. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Here to help you save this summer on the Rogue and the Pathfinder. 0-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Duran doubled down the right field line in the 5th in that beautiful bunt in the 7th. Back very near his home. He's trying to extend this game. Oh, 0-2. Here's the pitch. And a check swing. He did not go around. Definitely missed. Alex Cora, it thrown out on a play that involved Duran. He was at second base. Ground ball. Abraham Toro, he broke for third, was thrown out, and then a weird double play. The 1-2, swing and a miss. He got him. And the ball game is over. Another really sloppy effort from the Red Sox. 11 walks by the pitchers. Another unearned run. And a night where the offense did plenty enough. They fall 9-5 in Anaheim. Right back to 500 go the Red Sox. And in Southern California, a night to forget. 9-5 LA on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Tailgating adding to your waistline? Man boobs got you down? Fast food draining your energy? The solution is simple. Almacet, a natural superfood protein shake that revs up your metabolism. Almacet increases the appetite-suppressing GLP-1 peptide in your body naturally. So forget those pricey shots. Almacet is scientifically proven to keep muscle while you drop the weight. Grab a can of Almacet today at almacet.com. That's ALMASED.com.
When water from the pipes was pouring down, filed a claim with his Cox.
We turned it around.
Across America, over 600,000 small businesses look to Hiscox Insurance for protection. Find flexible coverage that adapts to the needs of your small